What? No way.
Breastfeed it. Breastfeed it. Breastfeed it. Breastfeed it. Breastfeed it. Breastfeed it. Breastfeed it.
Jay was right about this ASMR guy. He has completely lost the fucking plot. He actually talks about Melanie Mac, too. We're going to be talking about her tonight. I don't know if I agree or disagree with her. She's talking about that... Who is that Pearl bitch? I don't know. Listen, I'm fucking crispy. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this exciting evening of Review a Man's Ass, Florida. I'm your host, Gabe Newell. Nate was talking about hiring an editor. I can't with this fucking guy, dude. I can't with him. I can't. Like, I know he's doing this to get attention. Obviously, I'm not stupid. What is he hiring an editor to do? Wipe the spit from his lips? Like, what is he hiring him to do? I know he's... Of course he's streaming right now. What is he not streaming? What is the successful musician?
And now I'm gonna masturbate.
The Jostler donated $5. If the memes I tag you in on Twitter are asking for too much drama from the man whose teeth suffer from dragon rot, let me know. I'll hold off. I don't want to add kindling to Nate's bullshit, but that Mitch McConnell meme I made was too good.
I didn't see it, dude. Dude, it's been like my it was a scheduled surgery, but my daughter had surgery today. She's fine. It went well. So I've been kind of all over the place. I haven't been doing too much social media-ing today. So I got videos up, but that was like, you know, news that no one cared about. Like, I thought it was interesting, but yeah, I'm just going to stick to reviews. People watch those. Mostly. Thank you, Wicked Grom, for gifting 5 memberships. Juicy Booch, thank you for the super chat. Nate needs some sweet taste of... I think he has a live-in girlfriend, so he's getting ass. He's just... I don't know. I don't understand. Nate, I'm a nobody, dude. I'm like that Charles Manson clip that's like viral, that goes viral again and again and again, where he's like, I'll show it to you. I mean, he was a psychopath, but what he said here actually is like, you're making much ado about this. And I'll switch the screen. I know it's not switched for once.
And now I'm gonna masturbate.
Why Susha 116 donated $5.
Shit.
Hey Rich, I get 2 hours of overtime cause one of my coworkers got caught in alcohol sting operation. Fun times.
Well, at least you make more money. Seriously, what, they were selling to someone underage, or they were like, you know, stealing bottles to make some... Hey man, make that money. Fuck them, you know? A well-known viewer of this stream who will remain unnamed asked me on Twitter to come back and said people were asking about me, so I'm here. Also, for clarity, is the VTuber... Jesus, you're still... We'll talk. Just... I try to give people a lot of chances, contrary to popular belief. Just calm down with the fucking brony shit. Just calm down with... Do not talk about how you're attracted to animals. Like...
And now I'm gonna masturbate.
The Jostler
PC?
donated $5. Congrats.
It's not Review China.
So happy her surgery went well, buddy. That must be a relief. Sorry
Yeah.
for spamming Streamlabs. Chat.
You're not spamming Streamlabs. Dude, what's what it's there for? If I didn't want it there. You know what I mean? Sometimes I fluctuate the prices depending on the frequency that I want. You know? But I have it there. But what PC what Fallout 3 on? Dude, I don't... Like, this is the problem with... Now, I got some bad... At least from what I'm reading, unless not... I dug through forums. Downside of PC gaming sometimes. What's up, GFET? How are you, man? Is... Because now there's finally a driver, thank fuck, for the Neo 2S that has the 7840.
And now I'm gonna masturbate.
I know I've
Flutter
talked about
Bully
this before,
donated
but not this part.
$5.
Oh no!
A well-known viewer of this stream who will remain unnamed asked me on Twitter to come back, and said people were asking about me, so I'm here. Also,
That's not your
for
fault.
clarity,
Sorry,
is the
Flutter Bully.
VTuber Pony Music stream still happening, or did you call it off?
That's not their fault. That's not their fault. But now I'm reading that the Z1 Extreme is like specific, possibly to like gaming devices, even though the whatchamacallit is a computer, ROG Ally. So it's going to be up to the OEMs to make the drivers. If that's true, oh boy. Because I would have more faith in Aya updating their drivers before I would in fucking Asus. I hope that's not true. So, I need to find out more about that before I make that video. Because if that's true, that you have to rely on Asus to make those drivers, do not... I don't know yet. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to say anything. That'd be irresponsible. Oh, dude, I had to clean... I didn't realize, like... Because usually, I have a... Even though I have central air in my part of the house, I have a large portable... I love how they call them portable. Just because they're not in the window. And now I'm going to masturbate.
SwordLogic1 donated $5. Don't you dare talk smack on the sex box. Next time you make a video like that, I'm going to have my mom message you. You've been warned.
Listen. It's weird because this generation, Microsoft kind of came out with a bang, but well, that wasn't Flutterbully. So let me get to some of these super chats, guys. Sorry. So why is it not scrolling up? What is going on? Okay. Nate was yeah. Wicked Grom, thank you for gifting the memberships. I appreciate that. Juicy Booch coming through with the stealth super chat. Nate needs the sweet taste of ass. Like I said, I think he has a live-in girlfriend. That I do believe because I hear her there. At least one of us got a good news for Xbox.
And now I'm
going to masturbate. Partnership with Square Enix.
Insomniac 416 donated $5.
That's actually a big deal.
Oh God, not Flutterbutter, motherfucker.
You guys, and then you make like this snowball go like out of control. Yeah, so he's getting ass. So, I would assume anyway. I don't really want to even... Let's stop talking about that. Juicy Booch, thank you. Dr. Sexy Coco giving me a pear to put in my ass. Quantum TV's felony charge giving me a wiener to put in my ass. The fact that you took a backseat to take care of your kid is applause worthy to me. Love you, Dad. Hope you're... Yeah, my boys are downstairs right now. That's one of the other benefits to family home. My dad's watching them. Not really. They're sleeping, but your shoulder. Yes, you'll get both.
Try to relax your anus, your shoulders.
Glad to hear your daughter has been enjoying the streams. Nate is
And now I'm going to masturbate.
I'm about to show you that clip in a second.
116 donated $5. A cop sent in someone who was under 21 and my coworker sold him a beer.
Oh, fuck. What's up, Amy Celeste? I see, who else? Jesse's here, too. It's weird how I see there's a lot of blue here. May have to check up on who's my mods. The names I'm seeing I'm comfortable with, though. Google Fish is... Of course Google Fish is calling me. I've been here for like 3 minutes. You son of a bitch. Do Mama's here. Usually you come later. I'm surprised you're here this early. Well, I'm actually late today. Dead Man is here. Listen, Juicy Booch. I love your comfort. What am I, like Southern Comfort? Let's listen. We'll get to Google Fish. Yeah, I'm late. That's why. I'm late. What was I doing? I was updating two Steam Decks. I was, so I want to do something. I'm doing something with everything. I'm getting it ready for a video. I got to update this.
And now I'm going to masturbate.
You'll see what I'm doing.
Nancy Pelosisagi ass tits donated $5.
I bet you
Yeah,
your
Dad,
tits.
I have Windows AC in the second floor of my house, even though I have central air. Second floor gets way warmer than the first floor.
You need extra boost. Yeah. So unless you want to, like, what I want to do in the future, I just don't feel like spending the fucking money on it right now, is I want to get, like, those slimline Mitsubishi air conditioners. Yeah, I got a lot of Neo models I got to charge up. Oh, God. I have to charge them all. But I'm making a point with this video. Another point is, like I was just talking about with the ROG Ally. that is a real grave concern of mine. Who's handling the Z1 Extreme drivers? If it is solely in Asus's hands, that system is fucked.
And now I'm gonna masturbate.
Dr. Sex E Coco donated $5. Hey yo, what's poppin' people? This is Sex E Coco, the realest, most delicious manalization on YouTube, except no motherfucking substitutions, dog. Ya feel me? Gabe N. Newell has a beard and it rules. He has a beard, better than your beard. It's not my beard, because
it's his beard. Gaben has a real nice beard. A real nice beard. A real nice beard. I want to touch his beard. So, I'm thinking of maybe in the future getting those Slimline air conditioners for here. What I'd like to do, actually, is make a shed studio. Probably like next year. Where it's also, too, like a one-bedroom apartment thing. So I could, like, rent it out to, like, possibly Intro Guy or something and have my studio there. But it'll still have, like, his
And now I'm gonna
entrance in it.
masturbate.
So if he wants to masturbate...
Harry Nipples and Taint donated $5.
Oh, God.
Hey Rich, why hasn't Jay edited your ass, since he's your editor and all? Doesn't make any sense. While he's doing that, he should edit my ass too and lick it clean.
That was the fucking funniest thing. I'm sorry, I hate to bring up Nate, but Nate, I'm sorry, you just have too much gold, dude. You're like another Cyrax. Is like, how come he lets people say thing in his chat? Doesn't he have an editor for that? Yeah, I didn't hire Jay to actually edit videos and give him production, but yeah, I hired him to edit my chat. I can't. The internet is amazing. You find people that are like almost fictional. Like, I feel like he's like a CIA plant or something. For what? I don't know. I'm not relevant in any way, so what the fuck the CIA would be coming after
And now I'm
me
gonna
for? It's beyond
masturbate.
me.
Pulse Attack donated $5.
Hi, Papa
Flutter,
Sexy.
get the fuck
How are
out
you?
of here and go
Miracle.
jerk off to Baldur's Gate 3 bear sex. Leave now or Rich is gonna have to bring the debate back.
That's what you want. You're baiting the fucking debate, you motherfucker. You think I'm stupid? You think I'm dumb? You think I'm Phil? So, Quantum TV's felony charge. Took a wiener, gave me a wiener. Glad to hear your daughter is doing better. Been enjoying the streams. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I have a doctor's appointment with her. I'm going with her mom to Boston on Tuesday. So what I'll either do is get a video ready, maybe depending, because that's going to be a shit ton of work. I might get the Steam Deck competitor video ready, which should be interesting. Or I'll have
And now I'm
Jay
gonna
do a video.
masturbate.
THEDEADMAN donated $5. Much like Flutter, I get off to MLP porn. I'm just not weird about it.
Dude. Okay. You get off to My Little Pony porn. I hope you're joking. That's just, come on, dude. Dude, people were giving me a hard time. I talked about, because I have this on the soundboard. That's why I did it. That's all I was fucking thinking of. Because I put my daughter's doing better, and I put a picture of generic white male, and you had everyone like, why would you put that? We're talking about your kids. And it's like, really? Are we going down the, oh my god, Rich is a fucking pedophile thing again? And the reason why, like Rich, that's a troll feeding statement you're making right now. This is why this one bothers me, and it doesn't bother me because I'm insulted by it. What bothers me is you're watering down how serious it fucking is. So when people are actually pedophiles who are looking to do horrible things like molest kids, because everyone fucking cries wolf because they want to just call people that to discredit them,
masturbate.
the word loses its
Helen
fucking
Mirren's
meaning.
Red
It's
Bikini
vile
donated
meaning.
$5. I just found out that Famous Bikini was auctioned for charity in 2011.
Who's bikini?
I would love to know who has it and how much they want for it. What? No way.
Who has... Wait, hold on. What famous bikini? I'm confused. But I'll give you the what, no way.
What? No way.
So it's like, dude, okay, I didn't even think of that. Everyone's like, why'd you put that picture we're talking about? That didn't even compute in my head. But can we stop with everyone always throwing that fucking word around like it's confetti, man, or insinuating it, even if the word isn't said? Because when the real pedophiles like EDP445, James Charles, and fucking what's her name, again, innocent until proven guilty, but the evidence is pretty damning. The one that Nate said I was like, I forgot. Not Cupcake. We're talking to the singer of the ukulele bitch. But my point being is that when people actually are that, people are then like, oh God, everyone's just trying to cancel him or her. Everyone always calls each other a pedophile because it is true. So when the pedophiles actually show up, it's the boy who cried wolf syndrome. That's all. That's like, just, you could dislike me. Yeah, Colleen Ballinger. That's fine. I don't care. But stop overusing that fucking, even hinting at it, unless there is serious allegations so people take them more seriously. That's the bottom line. Anyway. Much like Flutter, I get off to... Oh, God. Can we stop? How? Like... God. Hi, Papa Sexy, thank you. Listen, Rich, fire Jay as your editor and hire... No, I'm going to hire Nate. I'll hire Nate as my editor. To edit my... to edit my live stream chat, because he's very stable. He's a stable genius, and he would do a great job. Itch my balls, dude. No, dude. Google Fish, you got to itch your own balls, because balls itching is a challenge. Jay's still around. He just edited videos today. He's working on shorts. He's going to be working on the Steam Deck competitor video. He's going to be getting some clips. I actually got to get him time codes. Anyway, we got enough people here. So, this is what I'm talking about. Nate, this is what, I don't know what you think I am,
People look at you today,
bro.
20 years later, and they still have no idea what you're about. Tell me in a sentence who you are.
No, that's sped up. Fuck that shit.
And they still have no idea what you're about. Tell me in a sentence who you are.
What the fuck?
Tell me in a sentence who you are.
Yeah.
Nobody. I'm nobody. I'm a tramp, a bum, a hobo. I'm a boxcar and a jug of wine. And a straight racer if you get too close to me.
You were also a manipulative, psychotic, cult, fucking psychopath. However, Nate, My point being is, I ain't shit, dude. Fine, like.
And now I'm gonna masturbate.
Drunk Bottle Maniac donated $10. Rich, I've been trying to persuade him so many times now, but he ain't willing. Phil doesn't want to do the cuck porno with you and Boogie. Setting this has been a nightmare and I am at my limit. Will you be willing to message him?
Yeah, I'm sure Phil would instantly be down to be like, hey man, let's do a porn together, Phil. And that's a hard pass on my end too. Anyway, let's get to Crazy ASMR Man. I want to see what he has to say about Melanie Mac. This should be interesting. Okay. We may have to watch. All right, let me get these video. What did I order? Oh, I ordered that OLED monitor. Okay. Let me get
And now I'm gonna masturbate.
Flutter Bully donated $5.
Oh no.
Sorry, Rich, I know the fact that I was making like 10 brony, furry comments a stream was too much, and I crossed the line a few times.
Yep, you're getting
I'm
there
not
again.
great at knowing where the line is.
Yep,
Only bringing up pony stuff now to know if pony music stream is still a thing.
Don't know who.
You just asked me that before. Anyway, so... Oh, I know. Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro cries about the Barbie movie for 3 years. He goes on a DSP caliber rant. Ben Shapiro. Did he take down the video? Because it was so fucking stupid. Of course he didn't. Of course he does things like
folks,
this to get... Oh, folks, I'm wearing a jean jacket from 1986. Anyway. So... Rich was a fool to let you back here. What short is this? Oh, we're getting weird. We're getting real weird tonight. Everything's just going to be weird. Review Weirdness USA. DMs. Why am I looking at DMs? Did you, like, find my nudes or something? Oh no, I showed my address. That's everywhere already anyway. Whatever am I going to do? I appreciate you letting me know, but, you know. What's my ex-wife doing on screen? That's your future wife, dude.
I thought I would make a video about this, Melanie.
I know I'm gonna masturbate.
Oh,
Shala donated $5. It is a scientific fact that Ben Shapiro's voice can dry out a pussy in less than 5 seconds. Just ask his wife.
Yeah, that was so funny. He's like, my wife is a doctor. She wants, like, yeah, vaginas get moist. Ben Shapiro with the bird, thank you.
I just got...
This is ASMR. Jay thinks it's weird I watch ASMR. Now, this guy, I like his quality, I like his stuff, but he is going off the fucking rails. Jay was right about his weirdness.
I'm done watching this movie at the theaters. And, you know, this is called Barbie movie. It is super feminist, unfortunately.
Seals, hey Big, you need to take that shirt. I've also played Double Dragon. The new one is 23 right now on PlayStation Store. And can I be your mod? Yes, you could be my mod. Alright, I'll buy the PlayStation version and fucking play with you. You could actually ask the chat. I've asked about you multiple times. I was like, I know Seals wanted me to play a game with him. I don't want him to think I was fucking blowing him off. So. I'm hearing it's mid, though, man. And in a world of excellent beat-em-ups, where there's been like a renaissance of beat-em-ups. Yes, the nipples are coming out, sorry. It's kind of sad. It's like Double Dragon was like one of the grandfathers of that shit. You know what I mean? They were like one of the... Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. This is Suck. I made you a mod, yes. Da-da-da-da. At least it's short. I just want to see what his take is.
I used to watch a lot of conservative YouTube channels, and you know,
like his mic quality is banging. you gotta get. You could hate ASMR. You could think it's creepy. I get it, but those mics, man, makes me want to pick up a couple of them. Maybe make some Fat Man ASMR videos. Breasts. Birds have breasts. They have very nice breasts.
No, I would be triggered by a lot of liberal videos, Democrat videos. But, you know, I kind of leaned more conservative, but, like, since I have an INTJ personality, I'm...
What personality do you have?
Pretty open-minded, but INTJ people do tend to lean a little bit conservative.
I've watched some reviews, I guess. I mean, when you go from, like, things like Streets of Rage, Turtles, whatever the fuck it's called,
but I kind of wanted to make this video because, you know, I've just been kind of disappointed and saddened by, like, conservative videos. And honestly, it's because, like, I have talked about this a lot, usually with my wife, about how, you know, conservative people, liberal people, content creators, they don't...
And now
I
I'm
want
gonna
to see what
masturbate.
his point is.
really care.
Seals donated $5. I'm playing Double Dragon right now, the new one. It's really good. It's a little different, but I think it's good, and maybe everybody can make a vote would gain the play if they would like to see Double Dragon or Dead Island 2.
I mean, I'll fucking play them both, man. Whatever you want to play. I don't care. A even a bad beat 'em up is like fucking shitty pizza. It's still edible, you know. Best ASMR is Sensory by Sophie. I never heard of her. This is suck. I started that before. Who the fuck thinks U.S. politics is relaxing? I mean, I can't fault him when I sometimes, well, I would say 50% of the time get political here. Not on my main channel, but here. So I would be kind of hypocritical saying that. I would never bring it
And
to
now
my
I'm
main
gonna
YouTube
masturbate.
channel, though.
The _deadman donated $5. Circumcision is medical fraud. Unless you are a follower of Orthodox Judaism or certain sects of Eastern Orthodox Christianity, it is unnecessary religiously according to the Lutheran and King James Bibles. Medically, all OS does is reduce sex sensitivity.
What reduces sex sensitivity? We are... Yeah, nutting feels better if your dick isn't. But isn't it like women actually enjoy your penis more if you are? So it's like, I don't know. Well, I had no choice. I'm fucking circumcised and have a small dick. That's my TED Talks. Who you talking about? Like, well, I don't even know what the fuck is going on with the Barbie movie. I have no fucking clue. What happened with it? Why do people care about it? It's a fucking movie about a toy. Like, move on with your day. Ratchet & Clank is fucking Steam Deck verified. Go do that. It's more... the new Double Dragon doesn't even try to represent the original artwork. Why do the characters have bigger heads? But is the like, that's the thing, man. Like, when you play games like a lot, I mean, I know this game isn't great, but it's still good. I forgot what it's called, where it's like a top-down beat 'em up. It's really, the guy kind of looks like Kratos, Redeemer. And then you go to like a more of a standard, just punch and kick kind of beat 'em up. I mean, it looks like it has some
And
moves,
now I'm gonna
but the games really
masturbate.
get crazy.
DBZ King 119 donated $5. Right-wingers are saying that Barbie and the new Little Mermaid are part of the Get Woke Go Broke thing. And I don't understand why. Barbie has already made bank and Little Mermaid made $550 million against a $250 million budget. That's not broke.
Dude, I don't know. Because they want people to pay attention to that shit and be outraged over fucking movies than paying attention to what's really going on. That's all I could think of. And they're being paid purposely to do that. That's what I really think it is.
About what they're saying. They're just trying to get clicks. They're just trying to get views. views, and they're trying to pander and peddle to their audience about things that
Thank
don't
you
even
for saying
matter.
I'm looking hot.
And what's funny, at the end of the Barbie movie,
This guy got some points. They're trying to... He just literally said what I said. Glad to see someone who leans more conservative finally fucking agreeing with me.
it actually kind of talks about this, that, you know, people come up with words like patriarchy and, you know,
And now I'm gonna
stuff like that
masturbate.
because
Drunk Bottle Maniac donated $5. You know when nuttin' feels good, Rich? When it's in Phil's ass. Come on, Rich, we are on the verge of breaking the Unicorverse with this crossover.
Why did you make me think about nutting in Phil's ass? That is the last thing ever that I want to think about. I would rather think about, like, a bunch of EDP-445 clones running around me naked. I would be projectile vomiting all over the place. I would be horrified by that. But no, that's actually way worse. I don't... No.
because basically they're boring. And then they get old and then they die. So, you know, people come up with all these labels. They talk about all this stuff, but at the end of the day, none of it actually matters.
And now I'm gonna
They're
masturbate.
just trying to...
The donated $5. Dear Lord, this makes me feel like there are spiders bursting from my ears.
Now, different strokes for different folks. I don't actually mind his voice. He is strange. But he's got some points here, though. Beyond the fact of whether you like ASMR, you hate ASMR, you think he's weird, you don't. I don't know how. I wonder if he's actually playing into the weirdness, too, because everyone's been saying it's actually would be a smart move. Why did he... Or look at the still image he has of Melody Mac. What is... telling you, disgruntled, middle-aged, angry yoga instructor. And look, Melody, I can look in the mirror and see I'm a fat, bald, butterbean-looking motherfucker. I get it. But you do. You have that, like, my husband left me and fucked the next-door neighbor, and so now I'm going to make these vindictive videos and then teach a yoga class.
You know,
Listen, Rich, we got my grandma's remains from the crematorium today, and she's in an urn. It's weird. I'm sure it is, man. I'm very sorry about that. I was about to go into Jesus mode and read that, but then I realized it was something serious. I wish you the best. So, my apologies to you.
I forgot what they...
You get a breast chant, of course.
Breasts, 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 breasts.
Of course, dude. There's been Nate action before I paid attention to him. That's the whole thing. I ignored him. Till his mom DM'd me, NJ. But she deleted the messages she sent to AJ because she probably realized it made her look like a fucking weirdo. Or maybe not, because... Anyway, welcome to the family. I can't Twitter DM you. I don't know why.
said in the Barbie movie, but like just cope. Basically just cope. But there's a better word for it. But like, yeah, I've talked about this a lot, that, you know, I find content creators, I like them because they're relatable. They do what I do, and they tend to think for themselves to a large degree. They just pander to an audience that they can milk out of views and money.
This guy's making sense. He's not wrong. He may be whispering it to you, but he's right.
And the algorithm.
Well, I'm kind of funny looking too, so I can't go after him for that.
So, let's just listen to a little bit. Again, I like Melanie Mac. I like the fact she's a content creator. And, you know, she chose, like, to really be big about Christianity and conservative, you know, views. And honestly...
Unfortunately, the obvious isn't obvious to a lot of people, though, man. You know, sword logic. Unfortunately.
I was very pro into that. I was very open-minded about it. But yeah, anyways, it's, you know, again, I'm very independent, so let's just listen. Again, I actually really, really liked the Barbie movie. And you could argue that it's a very pro-women, feminist, you know, thing. But
yeah, but who? Yeah, like who cares? Is that what they're bitching about? Who cares?
They also have a very pro.
All right, I guess people ain't digging that the fact that it's AS. I just think it's interesting because it's. Anyway, I have a feeling I might actually agree with Melanie Mac's take on just pearly things. We strangely cross paths and actually have similar takes once in a while. This may be one of them.
You don't know who Pearly Things is. Congratulations, you are not chronically online. And I also want to apologize in advance for having to expose you to her, especially when you see some of the creepy, messed up things that she has said. But just to give a TLDR for those who don't know who she is a panderer and a LARPer in the Manosphere. She targets lonely men and uses and manipulates them.
Well, that's a strange thing for her to say, but I'll leave it at that. She has to realize. By the way, I'm loving the look of Steve Carlos on my laptop. He looks good on it. Well, thank you for buying a sticker for my ass. Not literally from my ass, but you can. Now I need more stickers to give him company. Beavis and Beavis boobs, yes.
Boobs.
A freight train just roared by my house and scared the shit out of me because I got used to that guy's whispering. Breasts, please. Yes, of course.
Breasts.
Florence Pug looks like Miss Piggy. Who's that?
For the grift. Okay, and she...
Did fucking Rambo Tweety just say out of, like, just flat out, it's like, she needs bigger breasts.
He does not follow any of the...
I don't even look at her from that aspect, so...
the advice and any of the criticisms that she has against other women. Let's be real, there's plenty of criticisms that we can have with society.
Where the fuck
with
are your
both
tits?
genders. And with women, and specifically with feminism, it has plagued society and it has caused problems for women. And in the same way, the Manosphere is just like feminism, and it's hurting men more than it's hurting women. Okay, it's all...
Oh, she has a little bit of a point there, too, god damn it. Melanie Mac has a voice like a laxative. Yeah. Like I've always said, and I said this even before her and I didn't, put it lightly, see eye to eye. I think her biggest detriment to her career has been her voice.
It's all a guy.
I know she's not a bad-looking woman. You know what I mean? I could be fully transparent, but the voice is brutal. There's nothing else you can say.
It's all a psyop, just like feminism is, right? But anyway, let me just dive into the video because you guys are in for a wild ride.
Yeah, she's like the female version of Mr.
Congratulations.
Ratioed this woman, and I don't like to come after people, but in
I'd simp for her, but with her muted.
this case, when it comes to these sickos, I will. So anyway, first I made this tweet because what's trending online...
I'm telling you, someone just said she looks like a character. She looks like if she would get at, like, she looks like she'd be teaching a yoga class. And, like, if she thought you took her space, even though it's just a regular parking space, she would stand in it and fight with you. It's just, you know.
Right now with these gender wars is to tell women that after 40, they're worthless.
Do you need closed caption? That's fine.
Essentially, you're constantly seeing that. You're constantly seeing people on Twitter say,
well, Melanie, I ain't talking shit, but as a 42-year-old man, is that kind of hitting home? Because I will say something when I go on dating. Let me get out of the way. Pearl Davis, her saying, what does she say, 16-year-olds are hotter than 26-year-olds? Like, yeah, that's not fucking creepy at all. But, oh, man, that was a deep, boisterous fart. Damn, I was proud of that one. She said something along those lines. But I will say this. Dating when you get older. Did Frambo Tweety just say Melanie eats melons? Yo, you go on those apps, man, and those broads have like a laundry list. That is one thing I'll agree is true with those, like, you know, Escape the Matrix guys. Is like, it's like a checklist of I'm like, nah, I'll just masturbate, thank you. Can I get it? Oh yeah, yes you can.
Oh yeah, it turns me on. You know it, girl.
Melanie has been lying about the Christian stuff. What do you mean?
Who's hotter? Was she hotter when she was 25 or when she was 40? Oh, like, who freaking cares? At the end of the day, who?
Depends on the person, man. Some women get hotter when they get older. They're hotter older than they were younger.
Who freaking cares? Why are we feeding into this gender war, first of all? But because of that, and I wanted to make this tweet because I've seen a lot of women who have been hurting and sad because they've seen this stuff. It hurts their feelings. At the end of the day, it's going to hurt men in society more than anything, but still it'd hurt their feelings seeing this.
Well, the thing with the apps, too, I don't know, sorry, you guys, you know how I am. Is everything's behind a fucking paywall. It's like what Twitter's becoming. Oh, you want to send more than one message? Pay up. You want to do this? Pay up. It's like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm better off playing fucking WWE Champions with Phil. Be cheaper. Dude, I don't know anything about Melanie Mac. I have no idea if she's grifting. I have no idea. Well, yeah. I don't know if she believes what she grifts. Let me flip it that way. But anyway, let's get back to see what this video is about. Why she care about hurt feelings in this instance. Because it affects her. Because she's pushing 40. That's why.
There was one girl who was 27 years old and was saving herself for marriage, a Christian girl who's never been.
Yeah, Rambo Tweety, if Quantum TV is straight, then I'm slender. Let's just leave it at that. I know I've used that joke before, but it brings the point home. I bet Mel sounds like... I'm going to plead the fifth, but maybe in an alternate universe, I agree with you.
Been with a man before, and she's looking for her future husband, and she just hasn't found him yet. And so seeing...
Yeah, she is definitely in her feels about this.
This narrative of, oh...
Yeah, at least you don't have kids. Because you got to be picky with your kids. And a lot of times, especially older, they don't want to deal with another, especially because I have younger kids. They're like, oh, God, you got younger kids? Like, yeah. I'm not going to, like, you know, put them in a cage for you. That's enough. I'm telling you, dude.
She's about to expire because she's past the age of 25. It just...
And then the ones that are interested are crazy-ass bitches. It's fun.
It makes things feel bleak for her that, oh my gosh, like I'm worthless and I'm worthless now and I ain't even ran through. I ain't even this, that, or the other like these gurus are claiming. And she possesses.
And it's also weird because they want them like naive and inexperienced is essentially what they're saying. It's like, ugh.
All of the qualities that these gurus say men want, and yet here she is still having a hard time, which shows that society at large.
Well, dude, it looks like she has a physique where she looks like she could crush my head like a grape between her thighs, this Pearl Davis. It's probably why she's salty. She's grifting, and she's probably salty because she can't get the guy that she wants.
There's a big issue with that. But instead of diving too much into that, and I don't even want to spend too much time into this because there's a much bigger topic at hand, and that's with the disgusting perversion. Okay, and I'll show that in a minute. But first, I just wanted to show an example of, hey, you know, can we just stop the gender wars and can we stop the transactional, like men are only...
Despite what anyone says on Twitter, women do not expire. Nobody will want her after 40 is not true. Yeah, that is, she's on point. There will always be men who prefer marrying within their own age range. And dude, if there is a vagina, there is multiple dicks that want to go in it always. Period. End of discussion. Doesn't matter if the woman's 60, 50, 40, 30. It doesn't matter. There will be a bunch of men with erections lining up to fill the hole if the woman wants it. Anyway, let's continue. Regardless of your... That was a sweet way to phrase it, right? But it's fucking true, dude. It's fucking true. Period. Welcome to my new equipment rich new computer. What kind of computer did you get? Regardless of your gender, don't let online gurus place value on you. Not on looks, not on money, not on status or anything like that. I agree again. The world is going to implode. Your value should come from the Lord. All right. These gurus profit on making people feel insecure. I do agree with that. They are con artists. 100% Melanie. Gaming laptops are on point now. God. I have bought it in 2021 when I went on vacation. I bought a Razer laptop. I keep it because I know the day I get rid of it is the day I will need a laptop again, but I don't use it. I just make sure the battery stays charged so it doesn't go bad. But I do turn it on and update it occasionally. Why am I talking about a gaming laptop? Which one I have? Who the fuck cares? Nobody. Let's continue this video. That's not my... I wish it was my porn laptop. Dude, my phone is my porn device. Come on. We all know that everyone's 95% of you, male and female, the 3 females that are here, 4, maybe 5. Then I know, Rich, I'm a female, I'm a female, I'm a female. All right, there's a decent amount. We all use our phones to fap. It's convenient. It's discreet.
If they are rich.
I've known some other women who have said that too, that they don't watch porn. A lot of women do. Most women I've talked to do. But if there's going to be, usually it's women that don't, though.
And women are only valuable if they're young.
You don't see the point. Well, I'll agree to disagree with you on that. There's nothing like seeing some big titties.
Can we stop this narrative?
I always don't understand, like, who makes this decision when you watch porn? Like, you're seeing it with some big-titted MILF get plowed. And it's like perfect position. Then they go to like zoom in like right there on the guy's hairy ass. It's like, do you want me to go flaccid? I mean, they're like just like an inch away from his hairy fucking meat tunnel butthole. What the fuck? Who the fuck asked for that position? Who? Now, even if like you're into hairy dudes, like it looks like a starfish. They're so zoomed in. Look, I get if you're bi. I'm like whatever you want to watch. But even if you're bi, like if you're like, it's like me being like right here. If I took my glasses off, like this close, you can't even tell what species it is. It's just like hair in a fucking hole. Anyway, it's like go get a fucking piece of meat and put some pubes on it and it'll be the same thing. It's not about, you get what I'm saying. It's not about, I'm not talking about, like, I like women. I don't want it to be like, I guess every different porn for different people. I understand. But I would say, like, if they go to like a woman's asshole like this close, I'm good. Thanks. Yeah, I don't want to just, that's my point. I don't want to be so up close that it's just like a hole. Like it could be like mozzarella cheese with hair on it. That's what I'm saying. And they do that all the fucking time. Oh. Like, seeing vagina from the right distance is good, or you know, I get like, but if you want to, you don't want to just see like where it's like someone just put like the iPhone this close to the bird. Again, I know different strokes for different folks. Maybe that's what people like. Man, I love when some dude's ass looks like mozzarella with fucking hair from a barber shop thrown on it. If that's your thing, God bless. No, I get, dude. No, hey, man, look, if you want to pay for OnlyFans, that's cool. It is what it is. There's no shame in the game.
And now I'm going to masturbate.
Yeah, there you go.
Starfish donated $5. Listen, look deep into me and enjoy instead of those big breasts. Anyway, I am gonna come be back later. I'm
gonna come.
I'm gonna come.
Start uniting
I don't even know where. I just went off on some fucking tangent.
people more again. Stop this gender wars and start saying, hey, maybe people should, I don't know, here's a novel concept, try to look for a life mate for love purposes, right? And here I posted like this this little,
just get into a relationship. Don't even have whatever. Just like whatever. Just see where it goes. Life partners. 90%. How many marriages ended divorce? Some insanely high thing. Chances are you're not going to find your life partner. Just enjoy life and enjoy company with somebody.
inspiring type quote earlier in the day about putting others above ourselves and how that brings us more joy than being selfish ever could. And after I did that, this older gentleman said if I could find a 60-year-old version of you, I'd have a ring on her finger yesterday. And I just thought, hey, you know what? This is
simping. Keep on
good
simping.
example to use about this gender war stuff going on right now, that when they say nobody...
Mozzarella holes. Actually, it sounds like it's like a mozzarella stick donut. Just make it circular.
He's going to want a woman after she's 40. It's not true. There's other men who are 40 or...
Okay, just Rambo Tweeties off the fucking rails today. It's funny as hell. Okay, just ordered some DoorDash Popeye's chicken. This stream made me crave some breasts. Oh my God, I can't.
Or 50 or whatever, who... some even younger, who might want her because they might fall in love with her and care about her as a human being, you know? And that was the point I was making, is don't let...
Mostly a rare Melanie W here. I'm going to use the terminology those young bucks, those young kids use, but it is true.
Let anybody, and I even specified here, regardless of your gender, don't let gurus place value on you. Not on your looks, not on money, not on status or anything like that. Your value should come from the Lord. And these gurus are profiting on making people feel insecure, and they're con artists.
Yeah, it's all to get you to, like, especially look at Andrew Tate, man. Whatever happens with him with the trafficking shit, yeah, his whole thing is Hustler University, and it's like Escape the Matrix. I think it was CoffeeZilla. We've watched the video already, so we're not going to do it again, but CoffeeZilla had a video where it's like, yeah, he's just having you, like, talk to these fucking dorks and put up Amazon affiliate links. That's, like, the least Escape the Matrix thing ever. And he, like, belittles you into thinking, like people like couldn't like afford to pay for the next month. Like they came on him and his stupid brother's fucking show, and they were like belittling. So you just can't afford to be a real man? Grow a fucking chin and get back to me. I don't have a chin either, so we could have a chinless hair. We could have a beard battle, Andrew. We'll brush our beards together, see which one causes more friction. Escape the Matrix. Since when was there a gender war, culture war, gender war, political... Conservatives sure do enjoy their artifice. Yeah, well, admittedly, this one time in Melanie's defense, this is what the stupid fucking Pearl Davis is doing, and she's calling her out on it, and she is mostly right. Yeah, well, if you're eating that chicken, you're feeling better, man. Just don't let Nate bite into it. You'll probably catch a disease from those teeth.
There's
I gotta stop. I gotta stop.
Who appease to men and women alike and are hurting them in this process. So I wanted to stress this because, you know, you, whatever stage you're at in your life, no matter what mistakes, and again, regardless of gender, anybody who's watching this.
Did I really name my stream? I gotta quit with the weed. Did I really name my stream The Fragrance
And now I'm
of
gonna
My
masturbate.
Farts?
Helen Mirren's red bikini donated $5. Hey guys, Chris, back here at Hollywood. Hope things are good wherever you are in the world. Ass eating in porn is a no-no. It ruins the boner every time.
But hey man, some people like ass eating. I'm just saying, like, when they zoom in to the point, like, you can't tell if it's a man, it's a woman. Well, usually if like it's like this close and there's exceptional ass hair, chances are it's a man's ass. But it could be like a different species. You don't even know. Oh, I don't know. You get my point. I'm going to shut the fuck up now. But hey, if you like, you know, seeing a starfish, then that is, God bless. Wait, hold on.
And now I'm gonna
leave the message.
masturbate.
Leave the message.
Brandon donated $5. I have in-home healthcare aides and some of the females and I watch porn together. It's a great bonding exercise.
Brian, are you a real person? Come on, man. It does. My streams do great. You can come on and have a heart-to-heart discussion about that. I have the whole story. That'll be fun. Brian, come on. We could go on a journey together. Let's go on that journey, Brian. Brian Advo. It's all right. I love when people do stuff like that. It's great content for the stream. Look at what happened with Nate. Everyone's like, no, Rich, don't give him a limelight. Dude, it is fantastic. It is entertaining. And people, that was my highest viewed stream in a very long time. It brings in more people than having your stream titled The Fragrance of My Farts. See, you're doing your job. I get it. I understand. But sometimes people like that, talk to me first before you time them out. Because sometimes addressing them is where the true entertainment is. That's the best. Look at what happened with Nate, man. We created a lolcow. Yes, there is a lot of merit. I would say 90% is accurate that don't feed the trolls. But sometimes the trolls make some great, profitable content, especially when they say something stupid like that has been debunked by the person who created the video. Brian, where are you? We'll wait for you to be untimed out. So it's a balance, because you can go too far and feed the trolls, and I could put my shirt back on. And it gets to be where it ends up being a detriment to your channel, to your personality, to your career, and your personal life. Trust me, I know firsthand. But then there's sometimes, like I said, look at that. He's like a left-wing guy from the UK. He has these people call it all the time. It is fantastic content. Beautiful. Like, even if you're a conservative, if you just want to hear some, like, insane political mudslinging, shit-throwing banter, I suggest it. That's why he has a bunch of viewership. Yeah, you could be it without question, man. So it's like, yes, sometimes, a lot of times, most of the time, ignoring them is the best weapon that you have. And you should do that. You should not feed them. Look at what Phil does and do the opposite. No, actually, dude, This is different. This is actually a take I'm agreeing with Melanie Mac. Isn't that there you go, Dathan. It's a different flavor.
I want you to see this and know that wherever you're at in your life right now, whatever mistakes you've made, whatever age you are, whatever job status you don't have, whatever money you don't have, don't let that make you feel worthless. Seek Jesus, okay? Seek Jesus. God made you for a reason, and you are special.
She sounds like she's like a preacher.
For that reason. And it's...
But seek Jesus, minus that whole thing. She does have points.
It's not too late to just do the best with what you've got and to turn your life around, give your life to Jesus, and live the life that he has planned.
I agree with, minus the religious shit, most of what you're saying, Melanie, but you sound a little emotional, like this one hit home. But yeah, Pearl Davis is a fucking weird, grifting pervert.
For you. That was the point that I wanted to stress with this. So I made this tweet. Pearl, of course, has to quote tweet it. She goes, "Delusion. No one says no one will want her, but it's significantly harder to find a relationship at 40 as a woman." She says,
"Not true. You could even be a mediocre-looking broad and find someone in 48 hours." Even if you're picky. You could be a mediocre-looking, picky woman. And you could still give... Who said Jesus? I remember that, but I don't remember who the fuck said it.
There's a lot of issues with this, but first of all... she has implied this, that no one will want her. People in this sphere have implied that women over 40 are worthless. Just like people in the female sphere, the gold diggers imply that men are worthless if they're not rich. Okay, so there's an issue to be had here. So first of all, she is twisting the narrative. But secondly, dude, let's be real. It's harder for everyone to find a relationship at 40 versus 20 because a lot of the 20-year-olds, they date each other, they marry each other, and...
They're jaded and miserable and fucking full of fucking baggage by the time they become single again. Welcome.
You know, by the time you reach 40, in a lot of cases, you're encountering a lot.
And some of them who you were talking with may even watch your streams and then be like, how dare you watch a breast streamer on Twitch, and then you had to block them.
Of people who have been divorced or...
I wouldn't know anything about that.
For whatever reason in their life haven't... found a relationship. That could be due to baggage or not. And a lot of us who are older, for me, I'm 36 years old. There's some baggage associated with me. I'm divorced. So
no shit.
So, hey, that's life.
Should I share my breasts with Melanie, or your man breasts, or the chicken breasts that you
what is the point in doing this? What is the point in trying to hurt people?
Well, that's the thing I'm saying, man. Like, doesn't matter what I look like. I had no problem getting ass, and not from bad-looking women. You know what I mean? And I know I always see, like, the weirdos who've dug through my Facebook profiles and find, like, a unflattering picture of my kid's mom, which, whatever you think about that, I have gorgeous children, so still was a good choice. And I've had plenty of other options, too, but there are times, man, where I was like, yeah, okay, she is hot with big-ass titties, but I don't need the headache. When you're younger, it's like, all right, she may be a psychopath, but she may suck on my penis. So, like, but as you get older, it's not that I still love women, but it's like, you know the drama that she's going to be. You see the red flags. Nah, I'm good. I'll just fucking play Ratchet and Clank like a man-child. And masturbate. Like, literally, Phil.
And now I'm going to masturbate.
Oh, everyone has baggage. You're 100% right, Rambo Tweety. That is, I do too, trust me. But is the bag about to burst? is like May 1st, Philip Burnell burst his penis. Excuse me. But no, you're right. Everyone has baggage, but it's like some of it. Can you handle the baggage is the question. And like this is always the thing I bring up.
And now I'm gonna masturbate.
Well, that too.
High BP Solid
No, I'm not
Creator
gonna
Farts
masturbate.
donated $5.
What?
I want to nominate this fragrance of my farts award to my Reformed Orthodox Atheist Rich. Rich, it is my honor to present you with my fart award. Spam the fart sound while I recover from hypertensive blood pressure by masturbation. End with 3 any sound.
That was the most confusing StreamLabs I ever got, but absolutely. And you're going to get this, too.
Humping Steven Crowder. This is your life now.
I'm never blowing bubbles ever again. You take the bubbles and shut them up your fucking ass. How about that?
Philip Burnell is a man.
Oh, la 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 la.
I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Oh, yeah, dude, and he's off the radar now. Hot Dude Cam, Tickle Television Incorporated, or the Quarterings Imaginary Black Dad. Saying endure. Saying fucking adore abusive relationship. You are fucking out of your mind, man. Your hair plugs made you lose your fucking mind.
A point in that. And in her case, she is trying to pander to men, to lonely men, and in the process, she's going to hurt them because statistically speaking, it's men who are suffering more than women. Okay? 28% of 40-year-old men have never been married versus 22% of women the same age. Okay?
I've never been. I was married without being married.
Men are hurting the most from these gurus. So anyway, I quote tweeted her because she actually said this recently. I said
16-year-old chicks are hotter than 26-year-old chicks. I get hot takes bring in eyes, but that's like a career-ending hot take right there. Illegal women in virtual isn't like, what states is it 16? Isn't New Jersey 16, someone was telling me, which is just fucking gross. I never was married, so I can't be divorced if I was never something. I can't believe it's 16 in some states, dude. That's fucking...
Silence, pedo. She says, I don't even want to repeat this. You guys can read it yourself. It's just disgusting.
But, yeah, it's disgusting, the statement, but 16-year-old chicks are hotter than 26-year-old chicks. Yeah, ew.
It's disgusting. And these are
There's even some countries that it's younger.
The type of people she is pandering to. And it really comes as no...
Like I always talk about that one time an 18-year-old hit me up on a dating app, which ended up being a bizarre interaction. But, like, yeah, okay, she was an adult. But I'm like, yeah, no one under, like, 25 after this. No, thank you. Because it's like, okay, they're legal, but it was like, you know, they like, different planet, you know what I mean?
Surprise when you obsess over a woman's youth and putting her entire value over her youth, then yeah, you're going to appeal to a bunch of perverts. You're going to appeal to a bunch of pedos, quite frankly. And that seems to be exactly the case with her, with what she's saying here. And she has said other things as well. Now, this, I believe, I don't know what this is completely in reference to. I think maybe Mohammed, because she...
Others are saying it is okay he screwed a 9-year-old because it was a different time. Okay, I could get maybe 13 or 12, but 9?
And now I'm going to masturbate.
Jarrett Hughes donated $5.
That was like the
Just
worst
install
timing
the
ever
1
for that.
TB SN 850 NVMe into my PS5. 300 GB under 4 minutes. I just transferred. So easy, anyone can do it. Except Phil. Phil would burn down Jasper's cat house.
Oh yeah, they say I like abuse my wife and shit. I think there's a video up of that, which isn't my wife, and it was that was so ridiculous.
She talks about Islam some, but I might be wrong there. I'm a Christian. I am not versed in Islam, but
Even if you're trying to do fake bait outrage, why would you even go near this? Like, you don't live down statements like this.
that's just what I thought it was about. She says others are saying it's okay. I don't even like reading this. I'm not even going to read it. You read it. You read it.
Well, you're not reading it, so your video could stay monetized.
I don't even want to read it. I feel sick to my stomach even looking at it. Perversion. Disgusting. Okay? There's no excuse for any of this, what she said. How can you... I could get... How? Disgusting. And this is what... And people want to downplay this stuff and make excuses for this stuff. But what we have to really point out here is...
And Sniper Wolf's voice is not anything I'd be using as ASMR anytime soon either. I think I made a video already talking about the specs, dude. I'm pretty sure. I didn't get it, though, Solid Crusader.
Is that these pedos and these perverts are blurring the lines. They are trying to blur the lines and change definitions, as I've said here, because look at what this guy said. Again, I will not even read it. I will show it on screen and you can read it. This guy just out.
Yeah, well, alright, he's a fucking pedophile. What is it with dudes and virgins, too? I don't fucking get it. Alright, so if you end up, as long as you're both consenting adults, marrying a virgin, you marry a virgin, fine. Like, I'm not... But the thing of, like, oh, I want them fresh and young. Alright, yeah, you want boring sex, then, is what you're saying. Fucking weird pedos.
Out in the open, unabashed, says this. Disgusting. Disgusting perverts that are just running rampant, not even afraid. And these gurus are involved.
Yeah, I can't believe. Fucking freak, dude. But that's that whole thing of, even like with Chris Hansen, there's this like thing of purity. It's like, why? I mean, I know they're fucked in the head, but I'm saying even from like, what's an awful take? Whose?
Boldening them.
Yeah, it's like a fucking fetish or something, dude.
They are giving them confidence to say these disgusting.
It's gross. Blueberry muffins tenfold. Like, why? Because they're quote-unquote used? Like, dude, the vaginas get washed out. Get over it.
Disgusting things. I said there
I find it funny that there's a lot of these guys that are like that, but they'll stick their dick in 60 different women without blinking an eye.
are more perverts and pedos out there than we realize, and they are becoming more emboldened by the minute. They want to change terms. They want to blur the lines. But we can't let that happen. Call them out, shame them, to hell with them, which is exactly how I feel. Burn in freaking hell. Disgusting. And when I say, oh yeah, they want to blur the lines, that is no exaggeration. Just in this tweet alone and in the replies and all kinds of stuff, there.
Like that cleanest, best pleasure, dude. Remember that from TCAP? Like, what are you fucking talking about, you weirdo? With this, like, he had like borderline Jenko jeans on, showing up with a, at the time, new caddy.
There are these disgusting, gross 30, 40-year-old men in the replies saying, oh, well, you can't use the word pedo if they've been through puberty. Shut the heck up, bro.
Yeah, no, that's... Yes, you can use the word pedo.
Shut up. Disgusting pervert. That is that they're trying to blur those lines, and then they're going to keep blurring them more and more and more. We will not, we cannot let this slippery slope happen, because slippery slopes do happen. We've seen them pervert society. We cannot allow this. Do not let them change terms. Just, you know, girls can go through puberty at like 9 as well. we're not gonna be shifting the goalpost on this, okay? A pedo is a pedo, and I will call it like I see it, like we see here, and like we see here. So, yeah, she got colossally ratioed on this.
Yeah, that's like a Milo Yiannopoulos say goodnight moment, basically. If she doesn't get Milo Yiannopoulos, that's scary.
Twitter was a trip yesterday. I was trending. This whole topic just exploded. But this is disgusting. And I want to tell people, and I cannot stress enough, I want to tell you guys, if anybody is following her, even any other of these Manosphere gurus, and for the women who are following these gold-digging gurus as well, these people who push this crap, they're made for each other, right? Because this is a woman is only worth something if she's young. Well, what happens when a guy, let's say a 40-year-old guy does get a 19-year-old, and then he finds out that she can't have children? Then what? Then he's just going to discard her and throw her to the side because she's worthless now? Let's look at an example from the Bible when Abraham was with Sarah and
I still am getting this sense that this is very personal to her. There's stuff in between the lines.
She could not conceive. He stuck by her because he loved that woman.
Yeah. Oh, God. Please don't bring the Bible. I'm generally agreeing with you, Melanie. Stop with the Bible. Remember the Family Guy episode where Stevie brought together all the Brian's ex-girlfriends into the living room and they eventually tried to mob him? No, I don't.
That was his wife. And so while he did take her servant and have a child with her, that wasn't even his choice. That's what she asked him to do. She wanted him to do when there were problems.
What are you talking about? Now you're losing me. What are you talking about?
That arose from that as a result, because that was not the way that God intended for a husband and wife to become one with one another and all that. And now later Sarah did conceive because that was God's promise for her and it happened. But to me, that is just a beautiful example of how, they were together and loved each other. And a biblical example of marriage is not just a entirely transactional thing. Now, there are some standards, there are some preferences that people are going to have on both sides, and both sides should equivalently be able to.
And now I'm going to masturbate.
Neva Blowing Bubbles 1337 donated $5. Yeah, guys, I think I'll name my small penis Jesus. And as Melanie says, you all need to seek Jesus. We need to erect this monument just like that story about some guy on a cross. I also feel like Chris Hansen will break my door reading Pearlie's takes.
Yeah, could you imagine? Again, double standards. Imagine I wrote that. I would be banned on Twitter instantly. My YouTube channel will be shut down. I would be given the fact that we're even having a discussion here about this is bizarre.
Those standards and their expectations in their own way. But
well,
like
it's true,
I said
Theodore.
earlier, what happened to...
I'd be totally done. But fucking Pearly Things, James Charles, Colleen Barringer have done shit even worse than this, by far. They want to be uncanceled. Well, James Charles, no, you can't be. Doesn't matter, you're gay with a makeup line, you're a fucking pervert.
Telling people that...
Ooh, did I say that really blunt and out loud? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That, hey, how about we look for our husbands or wives out of love? How about we let that be the main focus?
That seems always about the birds.
Instead of treating people like disposable cattle. All of this transactional, I see it from the women's side on TikTok all the time with these women who are just like, oh yeah, you need to be with the guy who's...
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and boy, is Melody Mac been scorned. I'm just sensing it from miles away.
A little bit uglier than...
Oh, dude, if I wrote this shit, that'd be it. I wouldn't be able to get a normal job, quote unquote. Be done. That's it. Be a wrap.
You at the very least, because then you can manipulate him more, and you don't want a guy who has options but he has to have a whole bunch of money. That it's just pure manipulation, and it is selfish, and it is disgusting, and I don't know how anybody could live a happy life being so selfish, because love is a selfless thing. Love is placing people above yourself. So how can you truly love if you are only with somebody for what they can do for you? You can't.
I'm telling you. Again, she's on point. But this is very personal. Allegedly. Like I think Julie said. Let's go with allegedly. But as a middle-aged man with a decent amount of life experience, I allegedly think I'm allegedly right. Allegedly. I've heard a lot of rumors. I ain't going to talk about them unless there's something verified, because I don't want to be part of that fucking shit. But.
And this manosphere, womanosphere, whatever the crap, both sides.
Manosphere. That's what they call my ass. But they wouldn't call my ass that because I have a flat, hairy ass. I didn't eat dinner. Why? For someone who talks about love, she sure does spew a lot of... Yeah, well, when it's convenient for her to spew the hatred, yeah. She'll put up a video about a church being burned to the ground for having a pride event, but, you know, she's not gay. It doesn't concern her. Allegedly. F love. It's duty and respect that comes first, and love comes later. Love comes last. Crack Mac. I'm not really sure if I agree or disagree with you there. Maybe because I'm too stoned to compute it, but anyway.
Ruining society. They are ruining dating. They are hurting people, and there are innocent people stuck in the crossfire of it all as well. Now, here's what I kind of wanted to close on here. I made this tweet where I said Twitter was a riot today, because it was. I was trending. I said...
That is true. Tickled.
I am thoroughly tickled.
Melanie, don't pretend you don't contribute to sexism. You even complain when women in video games don't look like models. This is your audience. Generally got a point there. I mean, hopefully she isn't cultivating the people that agree that 16-year-olds are hotter than 26-year-olds. I would hope.
And in all seriousness, though, what the manosphere and womanosphere do alike is pit us...
Delirium Slayer, thank you. Why did I say your name like that?
Against each other, and that's not good. Society's problems don't fall on just one gender. The real problem is spiritual warfare. Twitter isn't real life, thank God. Which is, yeah, I mean, I said it. And so I just...
Well, that's not really a hot take. It's true. There, I said it. Twitter isn't real life. Wow. That's a mold to break open.
I can't stress this enough, guys. Do not. Now we're going to sometimes take advice from other human beings. That happens. But just realize that human beings are flawed. Okay? Don't put too much. Don't put too much value in a human being's advice. I don't care who they are, even mine. Look at the Bible. My goal when I'm giving people advice is to try.
I will never call Twitter X. I will leave Twitter, even though Threads is dying now. Shocker. Before I call it X. Fuck out of here. I'm going to leave it Zeet. Elon Musk, I'm going to shit on your chest. How about that? Actually, I'd quite enjoy that, right on the nipple.
Offer advice from a biblical lens as much as possible. We should be seeking the Bible for life advice. Okay.
Yeah, Threads is already like less than half the users are using it. Wow, I'm so shocked.
And people who can say, oh, well, I'm not a Christian, blah, blah, blah. What about this? What about that? Look at all of God's commandments. Look at how when we veer from the Bible, society crumbles.
Yeah, society crumbles. Yeah, because it's not like 1950. That's why. That to you is society crumbling.
There's a reason for it. So whether you believe it or not does not make it any less true than it is.
Yeah, let's go back to a time when the gays were not considered human and had to stay in the closet. Racism was acceptable. Women sat in the back seat. Men drove in the front seat, even the passenger. Let's make America nice and white again. Oh, that could be clipped, but I'm not saying it in that context. That's what they want. Want to go back in fucking time.
So even if someone is amazing, a really, good, moral, upstanding person, you cannot take all of your life advice from a flawed human being who has made mistakes and who will continue to make mistakes. I speak as myself too. I have made mistakes. I have made mistakes way in the past. I've made mistakes recently, and I will make mistakes in the future. And I just give everything to God, and I pray that
yeah, you're starting to lose me again.
I can do better and stay on the path.
Oh, I agree. You could do better. That I do agree with you on.
To prevent even more mistakes from happening. Okay? So the last thing I want to do is have people put all their faith and trust in me, because I'm not going to be perfect, and I'm not going to always lead people in the best direction.
You're right about that one, motherfucker. Rich, you can have people following good deeds. Who the hell is saying anything about good deeds? Who the fuck is saying anything about people doing good deeds? Who? When did I say that? When did I say anything about people doing good deeds? But wasn't the Bible written by flawed humans? So don't listen to the flawed humans. There you go. But follow a book written by flawed humans. Sweet. Well, they don't have logic, dude. And the thing is, too, on top of it, is that they always so get rid of your fucking tattoos then. Now, I'm not even trying to turn this into a Melanie Mac shitface. I would say 75 to 80% of what she said here, I agree with. So it's not a Melanie Mac, let me shit on her show. But,
even when I'm doing the best I can, put your faith in Jesus Christ. Read your Bible every single day. The Word of God is alive, okay? And you will experience that when you soften your heart and read it. All right? So enough of this bullcrap. Enough of following these disgusting pedos and sickos. All right? Follow Jesus. Period. So anyway, there you have it for...
You're terrible at ending videos. Okay. Ben Shapiro's destroys the Barbie movie because this is what we needed. This is what we need. You know what I need today? I need Ben Shapiro to absolutely decimate the Barbie movie for fucking 3 hours. Let's go. I'm going to piss real quick. Be right back. Sorry, had to take a dump. You heard the woman, moist, critical, loves you all. All that is true. Delirium, I think I thanked you already. But thank you again. But the Bible wasn't written by... Oh, yeah, I answered you too. Quantum TV's felony charge. I was like, you know what? I kind of sort of got a shit. Of course I... No, I didn't wash my hands, Jesse. Come smell the turds. That was bizarre to say.
Well, folks, I just got back from the theaters seeing Barbie and Oppenheimer. I'm about to review both of them. I'm going to tell you which one of these is the best blockbuster of 2023 and which one is maybe the worst.
I bet he loved our movie, right, Ken?
For those of you who can't wait that long, I'm going to give my review of the Barbie movie in the most Oppenheimer fashion.
What the Run.
And now I'm gonna masturbate.
The Jostler donated $5. I will never understand why Christian weirdos believe in a book written by schizophrenics from thousands of years ago, and edited by Jay in his off time when he isn't editing your chat. Please check my Twitter DM after you watch Ben Shapiro's video.
Okay. I am sure it's going to be like, oh my god, the women are too independent. Run. Oh no.
So the things I do for my audience, my producers dragged me to go see Barbie movie. Barbie.
Well, of course they did, because they know the fake outrage would be fucking primo grift material.
The movie. And I have thoughts. This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Let me begin with my generalized assessment of the movie. This movie is not just a piece of shit. This movie is a flaming piece of dog shit piled atop an entire dumpster on fire, piled atop a landfill filled with dog shit. It is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. On every possible level, it is a horrific movie. The only thing...
Okay, not that I have any desire to see a fucking Barbie movie, but why is that, Ben? Why are you so angry at this movie that you decided to talk about it for 40 fucking minutes? I am dying to know.
The thing that can be said for this film is production design. The production design is really nice. The costumes are really nice. Also, it's...
All right, thank you, Ben. Thank you for telling me all that. All right there. All right.
Really hard to screw that up. It's really hard to screw that up because you literally have this to model after. All you have to do is this, but big. Okay? It's really not tough. But put aside all of the beautiful costumes, which is there for the lady.
Oh, Ben, I know you tried to get into Hollywood and it didn't work out for you, but really, it's that simple. Are you sure, Ben? Are you sure?
And all of the production design and the Barbie universe and all of that. Every joke that happens in this film happens basically within the first 45 seconds of the film. So, for example, Barbie turns on the water and there's no water. Ooh, because, you know, like in Barbie house, there's no actual water. Do you get it? And then she drinks, but there's no actual liquid in the actual cup. Oh my God, because she's a Barbie doll. Oh, I get it. Okay, that's all
the fuck did you expect?
Jokes. There are no more jokes for the rest of the film. The movie's a shit show. Okay, so conceptually, the movie is a shit show. I want to ask this: who is the intended audience for this film? Who's the intended audience for this film? So I'll tell you who the intended audience for this film is.
Little girls and women who maybe are in their 30s or 40s now who have little girls to go see it with them. Sure as fuck wasn't intended for you.
And I can tell.
I mean, I think I'm stating the obvious. Hey, Rich Big Stone, and watching a stream and have Wolf of Wall Street playing on my laptop. Living the dream. Enjoy your weekend, your shoulders. You're goddamn right. Enjoy yours as well.
Your shoulders.
Oh, two ways. One, the previews on the film.
It's PG-13? All right, like, I don't know.
And two,
how is it PG? Why?
People in the audience. So, the intended audience for this film is moms and their 8-year-old daughters. That's the intended audience for the film. I know because the previews for the film were all kids' movies. I'm talking like G or PG rated kids films. We're talking like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Trolls 4 or whatever it is. Those were all the previews, right? All the previews are actually directed at what the audience is supposed to be for this film. And if you look in the audience, it's a bunch of moms, like youngish moms, middle-aged moms, with their like 6, 7, 8-year-old girls. That's the entire crew. This movie is not made for any of those people. In fact, this movie is made for no one. This movie is going to make a bunch of money week one because the marketing effort has been extraordinary. I mean, whoever's the marketing team over at Warner Brothers is doing an amazing job. Week one, this thing is going to clean up at the domestic box office. My prediction is going to just absolutely fall off a cliff after that. The repeat business on this movie is going to be non-existent because it was written by two people who are so smug and self-satisfied, in Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach, that they have no audience. I mean, like, who
Which Spider-Man, the original one?
thought it's a great idea? Let's bring on the people who wrote Lady Bird and Marriage Story to make a movie about a plastic doll that is generally played with by 5 to 9-year-old young girls. So the basic idea of the film, they really have no basic idea of the film. They don't know whether they hate Barbie or that we're supposed to kind of like Barbie. It seems they kind of despise Barbie as a fascist emblem, as we'll get to. The basic sort of premise of the film, politically speaking, is that men and women are on two sides of the divide, and they hate each other. And literally the only way you can have a happy world is if the women ignore the men and the men ignore the women. That seems to be the final outcome.
Am I going to have to see this now to refute Ben Shapiro? I'm talking about tomorrow about Soulja Boy having a negative net worth. The guy used to flex all his Lambos and shit like that got a negative net worth. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, this is the stupidest. I have to counteract this stupidity. Dude acting like this movie was targeted for him. It's for Barbie fans. They're girls of all ages. I say that which this girl I'm talking to wants me to take her to see the movie tomorrow. And I'm like, see, I took your emoji as, Trailer said, if you hate Barbie, this movie... yeah. Jeremy, wait, sure. Standard, though.
Of this film.
Watch Vosh's take.
I was trying to separate this into problems with plot and problems with character and
Well, let's watch this first.
Problems with the politics of the film, but they're all intertwined because the thing is just a mess. It doesn't make any sense. Plot-wise, it makes no sense. Character-wise, it makes no sense. So let's just go through it from the beginning. There's going to be lots of spoilers, but believe you me, I'm about to save you so much time because this movie is 2 hours. It feels like it is longer than the Wagnerian ring cycle. It does not end. Every scene is at least 2 minutes too long. Every single scene, every beat is 2 minutes too long. It is a bad film. Put aside the politics. Like, really, I was sitting there with a bunch of my producers. I'm a little bit more political than my producers. My producers were watching this, putting the politics aside. It is a bad movie. So why is it getting 91% on Rotten Tomatoes? Because the way that it works for the reviewers is if you have the right politics, and those politics are sufficiently slyly inserted.
Or maybe it hit a nostalgia boner with a whole bunch of women in their 30s and 40s, dude. This film wasn't fucking made for you. It's like me bitching about a turn-based RPG. I don't like them. I'm not the audience for them. So me bitching about it is fucking stupid. Order the Spider-Man 2 PS. I really want to see what they're going to be doing with their PS5 Slim. I don't think it's going to be necessarily slim. I do think they're just going to have one model because there's been a lot of reports of this Turbo Express and if you want to add a Blu-ray drive on, you could just buy it. So, dude, I'm sure the film is fine. If you ain't into Barbie, you ain't gonna like it. I saw Barbie, 22-year-old man enjoyed it unironically. There you go.
Then it will get a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, even if the thing is just dreck. And I mean, boy, is this dreck. This is a Death Star-sized piece of dreck.
Of course it is. They said the same thing about The Little Mermaid. These guys make these films like they are going to be...
And now I'm going to masturbate.
What is destroying our society?
Captionwagon donated $5.
But that's their grift.
Ben
That's
Shapiro
actually what they're
just
doing.
one live May 1st burst away from being Philip Burnell levels of denseness.
No, he ain't dense. He knows exactly what he's doing, dude. He ain't dense. All my producers forced me. They didn't force you to see shit. You knew this would be the perfect thing to rage bait. How many views does this have, Ben? 2.1 million views. Yeah, I'm what torture you had to go through.
It is like, that's no moon. That's a direct station. That is that this movie. Okay, so let's jump into it. I have like pages and pages of notes on this horrific piece of I mean, my goodness. Okay, so let's start right at the beginning. So it's from the beginning, you know what this movie is going to be, and it's going to be a very cynical take on what Barbie is, which is so weird. I don't know why Mattel would turn over its IP to filmmakers who clearly hate the IP. It's as though you were going to make Toy Story, except that toys are all evil. They're all bad, and you're supposed to hate them, and you should...
That Abby Shapiro sure has some...
Breasts.
I know. I remember everyone, when they first found out, they like saw his sister, they wouldn't shut the fuck up about her tits.
Burn them. Because that's kind of the message of the film, is that the Barbies are bad for the world. Okay, so it begins by trying to uphold the original vision of Barbie. What was the original magical vision of Barbie? We have Helen Mirren here to tell us, in the form of a narrator apparently played by Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who's speaking from heaven. And we get a 2001 A Space Odyssey flashback. Which, again, who's the audience for this? Like, the reference points in this film, it references variously Marcel Proust. It references Robert Evans and the cinematography of The Godfather. It references...
And now I'm going to masturbate.
Astro Zombies donated $5. It is a well-known meme that Ben Shapiro sucks at film analysis. Ben does not understand any movie, let alone the Barbie movie. It's deeper than just a movie about a plastic doll.
Yeah, and what Ben is also, from what I've heard, allegedly salty because he was trying to be like a film producer, from what I've heard. So I'm sure.
A Space Odyssey.
I kind of noticed that trend with them too. Wasn't what's his name, a child actor? Louder with fucking putting my balls on your shoulder. No, a screenwriter. All right, close enough.
Movie made for moms and their 7-year-old girls. Well, folks, wasting 2 hours of my precious time, 2 hours I will never get back, 2 hours where on my deathbed I will wish that I had not spent that time doing, makes me viscerally angry. But I'm going to talk to you about something that makes me much happier, and that is our trusted privacy partner and premier sponsor of the show, ExpressVPN. What if there was someone out there who kept a log of every single thing?
And now I'm going to masturbate.
Kane's Corner donated $10. I got woken up by all the physical shit I did today, catching up with me and causing pain. Then the cat stomping on my balls. How's your evening been, and how's your kidlet doing?
She's doing well. Everything went well today, man. So here I am, staring at a camera, stoned out of my mind, but I'm here.
/BenYT today. Okay, so it starts with Helen Mirren explaining that back in the day, girls would only play with dolls that looked like babies. And then she says that this could be fun, at least for a while anyway. Ask your mother, because your mother actually hates you and doesn't like being a mom, you see. So if you ask your mom, she wants to play at not being a mom sometimes. Okay, so the basic premise is Barbie is supposed to be the independent woman who liberates all women.
Wait, what did he say again?
VPN.com/BenYT. ExpressVPN.com/BenYT today. Okay, so it starts with Helen Mirren explaining that back in the day, girls would only play with dolls that looked like babies. And then she says that this could be fun, at least for a while anyway. Ask your mother, because your mother actually hates you and doesn't like being a mom, you see. So.
Where the fuck is he getting that from? Oh my God.
So if you ask your mom, she wants to play.
Thank you very much, Bossy. Thank you for becoming a member, too.
Not being a mom sometimes. Okay, so the basic premise is Barbie is supposed to be the independent woman who liberates all womanhood, but she fails. And she fails for two reasons. One, she's actually a tool of the patriarchal capitalist system. And two, the real world has rejected the message of Barbie, which is that women should run everything. Okay, so this is all not implicit. This is explicitly said. At the beginning, the monologue, you have Helen Mirren saying, because Barbie can be anything, women can be anything. At least that's what the Barbies think. See, in the real world, women can't be anything. And that's one of the messages of the film. In the real world, men run pretty much everything. Which is weird. Who greenlit this piece of shit? I mean, Greta Gerwig is a lady. She's making a good living off of this. Margot Robbie is playing the lead. In fact, the entire cast, aside from basically Ryan Gosling, is women. So, it seems...
It's Barbie. It's fucking Barbie, Ben. I'm gonna fucking throw up in a minute. I forgot I had this. Glad to hear your daughter is doing well. We'll keep fingers crossed she recovers fast and well. Thank you very much. To genuinely appreciate that.
Seems like women are doing okay. But, again, put aside the meta logic of it. I'm going to go through, like, a lot of beats here. So it starts off with the idea that mommy dolls are bad and insufficient. But then they criticize Mattel for discontinuing a mommy doll named Midge. Right? Midge is the pregnant doll and was discontinued. They're like, that's bad. But hold on, you just said that dolls about motherhood are bad, but then this one, don't look for any sort of logical coherence. There is a Citizens United reference. They say all of the members of the Barbie Supreme Court are women. And then they are speaking out about Citizens United, that corporations are not people.
He says something about Optimus Prime are going to have a problem.
Literally a Citizens United reference. Who is the 7-year-old girl who's like, yes, I too have a very informed perspective on the Citizens United decision. And then they say that logic and feeling at the same time, it doesn't...
Maybe the moms do.
...diminish us. It proves that we are more...
What's the bad idea? Yeah, I don't think anyone on either side of the aisle thinks that money should be in politics, minus you, Ben, because it benefits you. Even conservatives don't think that. Barbie, but I don't even know how you would say it with a New York accent.
More than, right? It's all propagandistic. And then it sets up the dichotomy. The dichotomy is that men and women are in complete and utter contradistinction in terms of their roles. So women only exist if they are completely free of men, and men only exist if they are completely free of women. And the problem for Ken, the problem is set up for Ken, is that Ken is dependent on Barbie, right? Because Ken is kind of secondary. And we also set up at the very beginning that Barbie doesn't like Ken. She finds Ken annoying. She finds Ken ridiculous, which, again, is sort of against the concept of Ken and Barbie. But the basic idea is that Barbie is an independent woman and Ken is completely superfluous. We then go...
I have to watch this.
...to the beach, and there's...
ReviewTechUSA destroys Ben Shapiro's take for whatever amount of time.
A scene on the beach where the Kens are supposed to be...
Is there anywhere you can watch this streaming, or I have to fucking suffer in a theater? I kind of want to watch it streaming because I could, like, take notes and shit easier.
The lifeguards and the ladies are playing on the beach, and we get a series of gay masturbation jokes. Again, as an audience for children. They're talking about beaching...
But, Ben, it's PG-13.
...each other off, right? There's a line where Ken says to another one of the Kens, I'm going to beat you off. Get it? Get it? You get it? Because it's like beat you off, but beach you off. And then they repeat that no less than 4 or 5 times in the span of 45 seconds.
If I wasn't severely injured, I would beat you off right now, Ken. I'll beat you off with you any day, Ken.
Anyone who wants to beach him off has to beach me off first.
I will beat both of you off at the same time.
Beach both of us off?
Nobody's gonna beach any...
Man, Margot Robbie is slamming, huh? Damn. Wait, is that what's his name from Scott Pilgrim in Arrested Development?
One off.
Bazinga.
Because it's just such a great gay masturbation joke. You got to go for it. I mean, what else will the 7-year-old girls in the audience think if you don't go for the gay masturbation joke on the...
Ben, it's PG-13. You keep on... Maybe he mentioned it before. It's PG-13. It also means that the parents had to make the choice for them to see it. Therefore, it's their responsibility. It's not you sitting here for 43 minutes destroying the movie.
The beach, clearly.
He has not mentioned it's Of course he hasn't mentioned it's PG-13, because that would destroy his facts and logics fucking...
We get black female...
I love how he tried to make it like his producers forced him to see this, too. No, you saw cha-ching. You know what, Ben? I'll at least admit it. I see an opportunity here. I'm going to go Monday and watch fucking Barbie. Oh, God. Maybe, actually. Ken isn't anatomically correct. Thank you, Mattel. I'm not sure what angle you're going at with.
Female President Barbie, because this is, of course, the greatest of all possible worlds. So Kamala Harris, the Barbie version, is the president of the United States.
Yes, that actually sounds like a lovely idea.
And then we get the break, right? Then we get the actual plot point. Plot point number 1. Barbie has irrepressible thoughts of death. So again, at this point, you might be thinking to yourself, wait a second, isn't this a kid's movie? Isn't this supposed to be made for 7-year-old girls? Nope. It's about existential angst over mortality. That's what this film is about. Now, again, interlaced through all of this is just more and more and more politics, right? One of the Barbies is a trans Barbie, and this is treated totally normally, as though this is a female Barbie with a voice, again, deeper than my own. So,
Ben, there are a lot of voices on this planet that are deeper than your own.
Ben Shapiro's Sad Foreskin donated $5. This afternoon, I was pelted in the balls by a water balloon, and then I spent 45 minutes on the toilet shitting out a diamond tic-tac. I'd happily go through it all day every day, over listening to this entitled Douche Speak. Help me relax my anus.
Yeah, he is quite entitled. I can't believe that voice deeper than mine. Ben, my 6-year-old may arguably have a voice deeper than yours. He doesn't, I'm kidding, but you get my point.
Barbie starts to have these irrepressible thoughts of death. And this comes along with physical symptoms, like, for example, her feet flatten out. Again, this is one of the few cute jokes in the movie, is that Barbie walks around, and just like a normal Barbie doll, when you take off the shoes, the feet are shaped like the shoe, like the high heel. But now, she's turning into like a real-world person, and so her feet collapse, right? And so she goes to see Weird Barbie. So Weird Barbie is a Barbie that has been played with too hard and has all the knowledge, not only about Barbie land, but also about the real world. And apparently, there's a connection between the people playing with the Barbies and the Barbies. So if the people playing with the Barbies are sad, then the Barbies also get sad.
And now I'm going to masturbate.
Sven Arctic Fox donated $5. Ben Shapiro gives me a massive headache. I wonder if he loves to hear himself speak? Now he is making me want to watch the Barbie movie. He definitely destroyed this movie for me, LMAO.
I don't know if I could sit through fucking 43 minutes of this, dude. He is... But it works. It works. King Cobra's story? Oh yeah. That didn't sound right. Yeah, they don't have genitals. I get what you're saying. Very valid point. No, Nate. I ain't doing fucking Nate. No. He can go fuck himself for now. You'll come on the show, I'll have a civil discussion with him. Like, what the fuck is... Okay. Alright, I'm going to need a caffeinated beverage for this shit. Give me a couple minutes, and then we will go into hell. I'll be back in like 3 minutes and change. Don't leave, even though you're going to leave anyway, and I don't blame you. have to watch. Ben Shapiro. If I go see the Barbie movie, keyword is if. I got a lot of shit going on this upcoming week.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay, you know what, Sean? The wig doesn't fit. Yeah, you two are perfect for each other. She's short, you're short-tempered. She wears a wig, and you have trichotillomania.
Oh my god. The advertisements for Barbie rarely let you know it was PG-13. Seriously. Okay.
Joshua Faye Saunders was born on the 26th of March 1991 in Casper, Wyoming. Josh was born with underdeveloped lungs and was placed in an incubator to help him stay alive. His mother and father were both in their early 20s at the time that Josh came into the world, having got him married just a year before. His parents got divorced just a few years after he was born, and his father had to fight a long custody battle to get custody.
I'll check him in a minute, man.
Of Josh, which he won. His father's name was Clinton Dean Saunders.
Wait, that's actually really his dad?
Clint was promising at gymnastics in school, but was injured, so had to give this up, and he was also a keen artist. His mum's name is Laura Goodrow. Not much is known about her, but...
Yo, he looks exactly like his mom. Spitting image. God damn. Massive seltzer. Bro, I ain't seeing anything. Had like a little square of Parmesan cheese that I didn't eat dinner. And now my breath smells like shit. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything, dude. Oh, here we go. Oh, God. That'll be the thumbnail for tomorrow.
Josh has said that she has some kind of mental illness and she is a devout...
Oh, yeah. Let's do the Carl Jobs video. That's true. And then we'll go back to that. That is a good point. You did ask. I'm actually curious about that, too.
Hello, you absolute...
Oh, wow. I may actually have to do a video on this myself. I got some interesting news tomorrow. Usually there isn't interesting news. What the fuck happened?
Legends. I learnt a very interesting fact recently. Did you know that Billy Mitchell is the video game player of the century?
Billy Mitchell, video game player of the century.
I am video game player of the century. It's been a very busy day, Jesse. It's been a very
Billy Mitchell,
eventful
video
day.
game player of the century. Billy Mitchell, video game player of the century.
I'm Billy Mitchell, video game player of the century.
I'm Billy Mitchell, video game player of the century.
You know, it's just sad in and of itself that this is so important of him. Important to him, I mean.
Billy Mitchell, video game player of the century.
Billy Mitchell, video game player of the century.
Go play Elden Ring. Come back and tell me that.
He barely mentions it, so this one flew under the radar for me, but apparently it's true. In 1999, Billy was crowned video game player of the century by none other than...
Oh, Billy! I've actually used that, like, joke in videos talking about him.
Namco. And as we all know, Namco is the adjudicating body and ultimate decider of who the video game player of the century is, so if Namco says it, it's legit. Personally, I believe everything Billy Mitchell says, so I know for a fact that this really happened. I mean, if it didn't happen, then why is Billy calling himself video game player of the century? Billy would never lie, so the story must be true. But unfortunately, there are people out there that just want to hate Billy Mitchell because they are jealous. Jealous of his video gaming skill and jealous of his mullet. And
They're jealous. Yeah, like, what are they jealous of, dude? You never really were a bin. You're not, I can't even call you a has-been. You're a bin of what? What did you do? Like, did you get a world record?
And now I'm
for
gonna
fucking...
masturbate.
Some bloke donated $5. Yo, this dude looks like someone failed to draw Keanu Reeves.
Look at his hair. He must go through like it's is Aquanet still a thing? Hairspray. It looks like that thing. If a cannon hit it, the cannonball would shatter. He's such a fucking dork, dude. It's fucking Pac-Man. Who cares? You getting pussy because of Pac-Man? And if you are, that's the saddest woman in the world.
And they hate him so much that they refuse to accept Billy's story, and even go as far as calling him a liar. According to Twin Galaxies, who is currently
like, hey ladies, I have the highest score in Donkey Kong. Oh wow, I don't give a fuck. Thank you. Go away now. Your hair is terrible and you're a fucking weirdo.
Suing Billy for fraud.
Yeah, nothing makes the ladies leak, Julie, like saying you have the high score in Pac-Man.
Namco never did crown Billy.
That's how I get laid. I tell them I beat Elden Ring twice. Well, almost. I just haven't beat the Elden Beast for the second playthrough yet.
Video game player of the century. And they say that Billy has just been lying about what happened for over 20 years. And they say that the plaque Billy is shown holding has nothing to do with being player of the century at all. Twin Galaxies have been asking Billy for the plaque for years, or any evidence that he was crowned player of the century by...
Would you watch a video of me putting a 2 terabyte drive in a Steam Deck and on top of it having a dock with a 4 terabyte drive in there, so when you hook up the Steam Deck, you have extra storage on top of it? I'll poll it, yeah. I really want to see, because I can't tell with those videos. Like, the crazy emulation shit's almost guaranteed. The DK Oldies video, especially doing 3 consoles in one video, that's a banger. Those ones I'm not too sure of, though. Like, the ROG Ally video was a turd. Now I'm getting 2 wins out of it. I forgot who. I think they're here. I forgot who recommended it, though. Check to see if the whatchamacallit version of Castlevania Amiga 500 was on there, and it was, and it's bad. I can't. That is going to be a huge fucking video, but I need to play it. Well, yeah, that's a valid point. It's like, uh-oh, hold on. Oh, okay, that's nothing. I thought it was something serious.
Namco. But Billy said he doesn't have the...
For obvious reasons, guys, I apologize. I think you'll understand. I'm going to pay attention to my phone a little bit more. I have been staying away, but, you know, I just never want to... Just, you never know. Is Flutter... No, I don't think he's gone. So you can't watch again. Is he going? Did someone ban him?
The plaque, or any photos, or any evidence, or anything at all that confirms what he claims. The plaque was lost, and Billy has no idea where it was. That is, until
actually, Seals, I could get Jay in on playing Dead Island 2. I don't know if you're still here.
Recently, when shockingly, the plaque was found. But not just one plaque, 2 plaques. Billy provided a photo of the plaques, which immediately showed that these were not the same plaques that were given to Billy in 1999. These were obvious fakes. And it's not even a question, these are just completely different. Billy had remade plaques and tried to pass them off as the one he received in 1999. Billy is quite literally creating fake evidence in a lawsuit, and the story that Billy's lawyers are trying to spin after this got exposed...
Oh, him and Tommy Tallarico are 2 fucking peas in a pod, huh?
...is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. In today's video, we are going to have a quick look at these fake plaques.
There's someone, I don't know if she'll want to come on. I'm not going to say her name. Maybe she'll come on. She has a lot of history with Billy. She can tell you a lot.
And the story behind how they got exposed is really funny. If you want a textbook example of incompetence, you're going to find it right here. I really hope you enjoy. Now, we all know that Billy Mitchell's story makes absolutely no sense and is full of gigantic plot holes, but if you want a really good story, you should definitely play the futuristic mythology RPG, Dislight. Dislight is a turn-based gacha mobile game that boasts really fresh and unique visuals, with a ton of interesting and diverse characters to collect. Dislight is more than just a game. It's also an ongoing series of urban myth comics. As you collect your characters called espers, of course, the main idea is to level them up, work out the ideal combinations and best strategies to advance through the main story and fight other players, but you also get to learn about their unique stories, and the art and visuals are really creative and interesting. The espers are imbued with power.
Oh, I know what I'll do. Let's put up a poll on my main YouTube channel. And we could actually go back to it. He's playing Street Fighter. We'll go, oh, here we go. Here we go. Create a post. Would you watch a video of me installing a 2 terabyte NVMe? Is that how it is? Whatever. Try. Why am I capitalizing everything? I'm so used to type. Whatever, I'll do that later. That'd be the best place to do it.
Powers from gods based on different ancient mythologies. For example, Norse, Greek, Egyptian, and Chinese. And personally, I find stories that link with real historical folklore to be way more interesting. Recently, Dislight has launched a brand new update called Endless Summer. It comes with a limited time event featuring the story of Jiao Tu, a classic Chinese girl who acquired divine powers. The new update also contains summer-themed events where you can earn massive rewards. Support my channel by downloading Dislight using the link in the description or scanning the QR code on screen. Plus, if you use my code FightWithGods, you will get 5 free draws and a bunch of other stuff as well. Thanks to Dislight for sponsoring this video. According to Billy Mitchell, in 1999 he was crowned Video Game Player of the Century at the Tokyo Game Show, and we've all seen the photo of him standing on stage with Masaya Nakamura, being presented with a plaque. Since that time, Billy has been calling himself the Video Game Player of the Century and has been telling the story about how
why his hair concerns me. Like, why does he think that looks good?
He was crowned.
And to make a long story short, eventually, again, just as him, the most memorable moment goes back to Masaya Nakamura. He flew me to Japan on a first-class ticket.
Oh, God, he really is like Tommy.
There at the Tokyo Game Show, I had many world records in addition to Pac-Man, in addition to the perfect game. He crowned me the Video Game Player of the Century at the Tokyo Game Show.
That's what sent me to Japan, where there was a $100,000 prize for anybody in Japan who could beat me. And nobody beat me. But it was there that I was crowned the Video Game Player of the Century. And in 1999, that was a big deal.
Because they sent me a first-class ticket to go to Japan. There in Japan, I was on stage at the Tokyo Game Show, where I was honored.
Yeah, he's just like Tommy. He has to flex the same shit.
I was given an award. I was crowned the Video Game Player of the Century for that achievement, along with everything that I had done prior to that.
So to be seated there in front of
his
Masaya
ego is
Nakamura,
ridiculous, man.
I mean, that was just too incredible not to give credit to. And you know, he was so good to me.
Oh yeah, they did a good job, I heard, with Alien Isolation on iOS.
And you know, and on stage, he presented me with my.
Oh, I converted you from being gay. Oh, there you go.
Award for Pac-Man and a Video Game Player of the Century.
Headed by Namco, who created Pac-Man, flew me there without a doubt. It was the honor of all time in the gaming world. And yes, they presented me with Video Game Player of the Century.
However, aside from Billy telling this story,
if he whips that line out next, we're doomed.
There is absolutely no evidence that this ever happened. Yes, Billy did appear on stage, and the photo of him holding a plaque is real. But in the years following this event, Billy toured with the plaque, and we even have photos of it and can read what it says. This is what's written on the plaque. It congratulates Billy on his perfect Pac-Man score and
now I'm gonna
advertised...
masturbate.
SwordLogic1 donated $5. If you ever feel like a mushroom dick, no offense rich, loser, just remember a shitty 1980s arcade game is this dude's entire identity. What a loser.
Yeah, and he makes it like it's like an Oscar that he won. Like, dude, whoop-de-fucking-do. It's like, you know, it's like the equivalent of him like going around with the gold star he got for good attendance from his kindergarten teacher. Like, who gives a fuck?
As is the upcoming release of the new Pac-Man game on the PlayStation. There is no mention of Billy being the player of the century. Even the reporting at the time didn't mention anything about the...
He's the Uncle Rico of video games. Al Bundy, too. Yeah.
Player of the century. Instead, they just said Billy received a commemorative plaque, or received the Pac-Man 20th Anniversary Award.
Oh, who does he sound like? He has to either straight up lie or take things and totally
and now I'm gonna
make them up.
Telltale AES donated $7. Tonight in Seattle, Phil did something that made his wife rattle. He wiped out his wiener and started to rub till he was done. By the time he looked up, Cat was already gone. DSP cleaned up and turned on the cam. This was the day that Phil became a man.
Oh God, if he became a man that late in life, man, Jesus.
Which, according to the text on the plaque itself, is...
Just the fact that, like, Low Tier God was commenting on his nut face is just... It's just great content, man. I'm here for it.
Exactly what he received. There was never any statement from Namco that they crowned Billy Player of the Century, no reporting at the time...
Rich, I'm here. Receive me.
Reported this, and the plaque itself doesn't even say it. It's almost as if Billy Mitchell made it up. Since this time, there has only ever been one plaque.
Wow.
And it's always the same...
Wait.
What? No way.
Oh, wait. I had a Twitter post and said I was streaming tonight and gave an update on my daughter and used his picture. Guess that means I'm a pedophile now. That's literally.
And now I'm gonna masturbate.
I'm so tired of that
Helen
word.
Mirren's red bikini donated $5. You gotta believe me, Rich. The clowns are nothing but ultimate evil. They want to become the dominant species on the planet, and they'll destroy us all to make it happen. Destroy us all, 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 destroy us.
Who the hell are you talking about? The clowns?
One that Billy took around and showed off to people at conventions. At some point, the bottom broke off the award, which is why it looks different in later photos. This story is very important to Billy, and he repeats it all the time.
Took me to Asia, where in 1999, after having performed history's first perfect Pac-Man, on stage at the Tokyo Game Show, in front of 70,000 people, Masaya Nakamura presented me the Video Game Player of the Century Award.
The plaque was even shown off in The King of Kong. But according to Twin Galaxies, Billy Mitchell has been lying about what happened for over 2 decades, and has...
Wow, I'm shocked. Another egotistical narcissist just making up shit to make himself look good, who's too much of an egotistical narcissist to realize you could go on the internet in 2 minutes and debunk anything now? Sound familiar?
As part of the discovery process in their lawsuit against him, they wanted to get a hold of the plaque to show that it didn't say anything about the Player of the Century. However, Billy Mitchell refused.
I don't understand. Yeah, his hair. Like, anyone who thinks that hairstyle, anyone who has a hairstyle like him or Trump or just, I don't care what their political affiliation is. Anyone who thinks weird-ass hairstyles like that are good, run. I mean, at least they'll give Trump credit. It was great. His hair is like a fucking trademark.
Refused to hand over anything. He said he didn't have the plaque, he said he didn't have any photos, he said he didn't have any documentation from Namco saying they gave him the award, nor did he have...
No, I don't remember that YouTuber at all. Never heard of him, to be honest with you.
Any video from the event itself showing what happened. He had nothing. Then, during Billy Mitchell's deposition in January, he said the most peculiar thing. he said that he actually received 2 plaques from Namco.
All right. Can you tell me what this is?
This is a plaque I received from them. That's the Pac-Man guy that I talk about. And this is the one that talks about Pac-Man and how it's such a part of the culture, how I achieved the first perfect score.
Can you read my last super? Yeah. Let's see if I see you have a... Not seeing it, dude. I'm looking, you have a unique thumbnail, so...
Is this your Player of the Century plaque?
No, this is a different one.
Is this the one that you were holding in the picture?
No, it's not.
So you were given 2 different plaques?
2 awards from Namco.
All right.
Just like I said earlier.
And this was one of them, the other one is a Player of the Century?
That's correct.
Do you have any copies of the Player of the Century plaque?
No.
Any pictures?
Why? Stop the goddamn video. You flex everything. Whenever you have someone who doesn't shut the fuck up like this, like him or Tommy or...
Breastfeed it.
Or whoever, or now our new lolcow Nate, all of a sudden, literally Nate, he wouldn't shut the fuck up. I got evidence. I got evidence. I got evidence. Oh, really? Where's your evidence? Here's Minxy talking about eating Wheaties. Go fuck yourself. This motherfucker, if he thinks a fart will impress somebody, he'll make a video, he'll fucking flex it. You conveniently, where you were considered by Namco, quote unquote, to be the gamer of the century, you don't carry that around with you? Get the fuck out of here. You never got it. You just got this stupid fucking plaque, and you're trying to play it off as if it's that. I never carry it with me. It only just proves that Namco said I'm the gamer of the century. Oh, wow, I conveniently don't have a picture of it or anything, or don't he would, if he actually received that, he would literally have it shoved up his ass to pull out at any given moment. Right next to the fucking bottle of Aquanet that's up his ass, too, he keeps on deck.
I guess no. I'd have to look for them. I don't know if I do.
Have you looked for any of those pictures?
I haven't found any to this point.
Billy claims that all of the photos of the plaque that were taken after the event, you know, the plaque that he literally toured with and showed off to everyone, wasn't the Player of the Century plaque. The Player of the Century plaque is the one that he received on stage, and the one everyone's seen since then is a different one. The Player of the Century plaque has never been photographed up close, has never been shown to the public, and has been hidden away from everyone since 1999. And the very first mention of this second plaque just so happens to be now. Be in 2023, a quarter of a century after he was given it. Billy wants us to believe that Namco decided to randomly give him 2 awards that look identical, but with one of them having some extra text saying that he is the Player of the Century. But this second award was never mentioned, never hinted at, never shown, and for all intents and purposes didn't exist until now. If you're wondering why Billy has to create this second plaque, it's because, as I mentioned before, the plaque we've all seen says nothing about the Player of the Century. So Billy has to invent a second one that no one has ever seen that definitely does.
Dude, it's just like Tommy.
Does say Player of the Century on it. So where is this Player of the Century plaque? Well, according to Billy, he donated it to the Video Game Hall of Fame in 2010.
Oh, come on. You are too much of a narcissist to ever dare donate something like that. Get the fuck out of here. Who believes this idiot? Does anyone really believe him?
Where's that plaque located today?
It would be, I believe it's at the Hall of Fame.
Where's that?
That's in Ottumwa, Iowa.
Is that the International Video Game Hall of Fame?
That is.
Okay. How did it get there?
No, I have not yet.
Maybe it was
I might be going to see it.
10 that I initially donated it there.
However, when Twin Galaxies deposed the director of the Video Game Hall of Fame, Jerry Byram, he said that Billy never donated it, and that the Video Game Hall of Fame doesn't have the plaques. Twin Galaxies also spoke with Brian K.
Like, I guess they're just so delusional and up their own ass. They just think, like, I don't know, I could just say whatever I want to. You don't think that people could check up on any of this shit in, like, minutes, dude?
Katie, who Billy said...
I just think there are people that are such pathological liars and such narcissists that they're like, if I just keep saying it, people will believe it. And sadly, a lot of times it actually fucking works, unfortunately.
Said was
not with this idiot, though.
At the Hall of Fame at the time he donated it.
And who did you donate it to?
The International Video Game Hall of Fame.
Was there anyone in particular that you gave the plaque to?
Well, at the time, Brian Cady was there, and Jerry Byram was there.
But again, Brian said that this never happened. Basically, the plaques no longer existed. Billy couldn't provide them, and Billy had no photos of them. But then, in a shocking turn of events, on the 26th of June, Billy did provide a recent photo of the plaques, and proclaimed that they had been found. And this, my friends, is where things get really, really weird. The picture Billy provided shows multiple awards. One of them was a certificate given to Billy by Walter Day with the title Player of the Century. To be clear, this is the only time anyone has actually crowned Billy the Player of the Century. But given that Walter Day is Billy Mitchell's lifelong friend and business partner, it doesn't really carry much weight. That would be like me calling Moist Critical the video game player of the millennium, and then he just goes and calls himself that for the next 20 years. Well, in a crazy coincidence, I did crown Moist Critical the video game player of the millennium in a secret ceremony. I even gave him a plaque, though unfortunately, you'll never get to see it. But you know this is true, because Moist Critical himself is now calling himself the video game player of the millennium.
Hey, it's me, Moist Critical. Video game player of the millennium, intergalactic gaming champion, cosmic gaming warlord, the barbarian of the digital realm.
And if he said it must
of
be
the
true.
digital realm.
Honestly, video game player of only the century is pretty pathetic when Charlie has 1,000 years covered. I thought Billy Mitchell was a really good player, but compared to Charlie, he honestly kind of sucks. The interesting thing about this certificate is that it keeps changing. And you can easily tell that it changes because of the colors of the ribbon. In the King of Kong, the colors go blue, white, red. But in this new photo, the colors go blue, red, white. A rookie mistake if you ask me. But the real main attraction of this photo are the plaques. And again, they are completely different to the plaque that has been photographed before. The biggest difference is the size of Pac-Man, which...
What high school? God. I cannot believe how pathetic that you would take this lie to over a fucking video game. Dude, come on. Come on.
which is way smaller in the new photo. By comparing the dimensions, we can confirm for a fact that these plaques are not the same ones that we've seen before. Conveniently, Billy sent through a photo that was so low quality that you can't read anything, a feat that you literally have to purposely do because no phone or camera takes photos this poorly these days. But
yeah, dude, a $20 fucking Android phone would take a better picture than... What an exhausting, miserable, pathetic existence. That you have to keep up this perpetual lie that you're the best at Pac-Man. Who the fuck cares? Who cares? Who's serious? Well, obviously he does, and his fucking, I guess you call it mullet. It looks like a beehive hairdo that a woman would have back in the 60s. It's so pathetic, man.
But even with the low quality, many differences can be spotted. Aside from the size of Pac-Man, the legs on the plaque are...
I mean, I appreciate, but yo, I got my YouTube plaque in the closet. And that's no hate on YouTube. It's just like, I don't know, man. People take themselves too fucking serious, dude, for real.
Different. Billy wants to claim that the unbroken plaque is the player of the century.
Yeah, he can't. Is he married? He can't be married. He's too fucking weird.
One, because the
sour balls dropping those gifted memberships. Thank you.
Broken one is the one that he toured with. However, even if you believe this,
have a good night, Jedi.
The legs are completely different to the ones on the plaque he was given on stage.
Come on.
Honestly, the plaques are so obviously fake and different that you would have to be a complete moron to even attempt to pass them off as real. And yet, this was literally given as evidence by Billy Mitchell's lawyers. They looked at this photo and said, yes, this is legit, let's send it over. Naturally, Twin Galaxies wanted to know who found the plaques, where they are now, and they wanted better quality photos so they could, you know, actually read them. Billy's lawyers said the plaques were found by John Grunwald, who is a friend of Billy's. But when Twin Galaxies deposed John, he said that he didn't find them, and that he didn't have them. However, he did say that it was a man by the name of Triforce Johnson that found them. Truth be told...
God, Triforce Johnson didn't he get into like a fight with DSP or something like that? Not like a physical altercation. He's like everywhere. He was probably like on the set eating a sandwich where they were filming Oppenheimer. Like everywhere.
And now I'm gonna masturbate.
Everywhere they go.
Why Susha 116 donated
Triforce
$5.
Johnson is there.
I would like to give this award to DSP Masturbator of the Century.
You know what? In a way, that's actually fairly true.
Twin Galaxies already knew who took the picture and how they found out perfectly
that was true. Etika was also... He was with Triforce during the Switch launch. He's like a super fan of Nintendo.
Demonstrates how incompetent the people in Billy's camp are. In the photo that Billy sent, you'll notice there is a laptop on the right. And it just so happens that the laptop was partially showing a YouTube video. Well, Twin Galaxies was able to track down that YouTube video, and lo and behold, in the comments section was a comment by the channel Empire Arcadia. Empire Arcadia is run by a man known as Triforce Johnson. Triforce is one of the biggest Billy Mitchell shills on the planet. He also shills for Todd Rogers and is part of the con artist.
Why? Why would you shill for Billy Mitchell? What clout and power does he have? Look at that fucking dork.
Clique. This guy is a compulsive liar and a fraudster just like Billy and Todd, and he does everything he can to help them in their fraud.
Because your score, the amount of men you have, the amount of Donkey Kongs that appear on the screen, all changes the way the next level will be loaded. It all has some type of effect to the game. And that's why you get these different inconsistent pieces and elements. What we're talking about is one frame, a single frame, which is 2/3 of 1 second that was caught. And they're saying this one frame is from me, and that is the entire argument.
Twin Galaxies had been trying to find...
No, it's fucking not. What are you talking about? Dude, they showed it with an emulator on multiple occasions and how it loads completely different.
And out who found the plaques for almost...
How do Billy's nuts taste? Are they delicious? Do they taste like Aquanet?
An entire month, and were given multiple false answers by Billy's lawyers. And then, as soon as John Grunwald testified that Triforce had found them, Billy Mitchell's lawyers suddenly knew exactly what happened. And the story they created is mind-blowingly stupid. Remember, Twin Galaxies want the plaques, and Billy doesn't want to give them to Twin Galaxies because they are fake. And here is the story they are now telling as to why they can't give the plaques over. According to Billy Mitchell's lawyers, Triforce found the plaques by accident while looking for something else while in Iowa for a gaming event. Then he took photos of them, but only sent over one super low quality photo where you can't read anything. On his way back to his home country of Jamaica,
He go fuck himself if he tries to touch the stream.
Triforce brought the plaques along with him and stopped at Florida to give the plaques to Billy without notifying Billy beforehand. But because his flight was delayed, he couldn't contact Billy to give the plaques to him. So he sent the plaques back to Iowa to the Hall of Fame director, Jerry Byram. Thus, Billy doesn't have the plaques, so he can't give them over. Now, just to explain why this is insanely dumb, Billy Mitchell's lawyer...
The whole thing is insane. This guy's personality, it's very simple. He would have had that plaque everywhere with him if it was real. He is way too much of an ego to not have it. That's it. End of discussion.
Are claiming that Triforce brought the plaques to Florida with the specific intention of giving them to Billy Mitchell without even telling Billy he was coming. And when Billy Mitchell wasn't there, instead of sending them to Billy Mitchell, which was the entire point of bringing them there in the first place, he randomly sent them back to Iowa. It's not like he just put the plaques in his suitcase either. He put them in a huge box and made John Grunwald pay for extra checked-in luggage to bring it. So it just makes no sense that he would then just send it back to where he came from after he landed, and I guarantee these plaques will never see the light of day again. By this stage, Twin Galaxies have had enough, and have filed a declaration to the court outlining that Billy's lawyers are providing fake evidence and fake statements from witnesses. I'll cover it in a future video, but according to Twin Galaxies, Billy Mitchell's son has been writing fake statements on behalf of witnesses that weren't true at all. So when it came
all over having a high score in a fucking video game. You can't make this up.
Time to depose those witnesses, they told a completely different story. And these witnesses also confirmed that it was Billy Mitchell's son that wrote the statements, not
I hate his fucking hair with a passion. I really
them.
do.
Twin Galaxies showed concrete proof in this new filing that the plaques were fake. They showed the side-by-side comparison and listed the differences. And Billy Mitchell's lawyers ignored the evidence completely and just said it was a theory, claiming that Twin Galaxies were saying the plaques were fake just because they think Billy was only awarded 1 instead of 2. That makes absolutely no sense. I mean, you know that his lawyers are corrupt because no lawyer is this moronic. This is intentional obtuseness, and I really hope these lawyers get sanctioned at some point for being complicit in fabricating fake evidence and making up lies on behalf of their client. The funniest part of all of this is that the original plaque that Billy Mitchell received on stage was probably made by Billy himself. I mean, it seems quite obvious what happened when you think for a second about what the plaque actually says. Have you ever seen an award or trophy that has someone's address on it? Have you ever seen an award or trophy that starts with Dear Billy? This is just a
Dear Billy
letter that Billy received from Namco, which he then turned into a plaque. Billy then took the plaque to Japan and got Masaya Nakamura to give it to him for a photo op. Every claim that Billy...
And it's so funny because it was a different era where the internet wasn't... he got away with it for a while. Same with Tommy Tallarico. Not that Tommy has had no success. He's obviously had a decent amount, but nowhere near as much as he tried to make it out to. And people just believed him. Because before everything was available on the internet, you could get away with a lot of shit. Now you can't. And they don't know how to handle it.
Billy was crowned Player of the Century comes from Billy, not Namco. The whole thing is just completely fake. And the fact that Billy was able to recreate plaques that was somewhat similar to the original confirms at the very least he knows how to make them. If you were to ask me how to create these plaques, I wouldn't even know where to begin. I really hope you like Billy Mitchell content because so much is happening right now and I am all in. So get ready for a ton more. Thank you so much for watching, you legends. I hope you are having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.
Well, damn. Damn, 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 damn. That is some interesting shit. Well, Tommy actually has talent, but his ego is what destroys him. His ego is what destroys him. Should I keep going or am I done? Let me think. Let me think about this for a minute. Nah, I'm done. You know why I'm done? You know why I'm done? I gotta film some shit in the morning. And I wanna... Bro, Matt Jarbo. See, now Matt's here, so now he's gonna keep me here for longer. I'd blame him. Yeah, he faked his fucking plaques, dude. It's the saddest thing ever. A grown-ass man just... I am the video game player of the century. And then when they asked him shit, like, you know, this guy flexes every single accolade he has had in his life. You don't have the plaque? No, dude, I ain't asking for no goddamn money to stay on longer. Hell no. All of a sudden, you can't shut the fuck up about yourself. You don't have the plaque that Namco allegedly handed you. They didn't. Saying you were the video game player of the century. Fuck off. Shave your hair off and go shit. Anyway. Yeah, I got videos to fucking film in the morning. There's actually interesting news. And when there is interesting news, I like talking about it. Like Soulja Boy having a negative net worth. Anyway, doesn't he have like millions in taxes or some shit too? I'll find that out for the story tomorrow. That's my job, not yours. Have a great night. I'm going to bed. There was, for the short late stream, ton of support. I appreciate it. You guys are fucking awesome. See you. Well, it's midnight, so we'll still say tomorrow. Have a good one. I got the... What did Soulja Boy say before I go? When he was showing his Atari crypto tokens. How are those doing, by the way, young Draco? Did you get a return on those? How'd that work out for you? That was his contract to be. I'm the CEO, president, and also a client of Atari. Oh, Christ. I'm going to go fucking stare at my own ass. Have a good night.